All right, now me almost dying off camera, but good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you're joining us from. Cosmic here, back with more Chaos Zero Nightmare and a little bit of Granblue Fantasy on the side because, yes, it is Guild War, and while it is not my main element, I still do have to farm Guild War, and actually a new boss just got unlocked, so I need to figure out if my team is still going to work for that boss or not, which I literally do not know and going to figure out on real time on the side. But otherwise, we got some dailies to do really quickly, and then yes, we are going to be working on our new player guide, trying to work on those last couple tabs that I promised I would. You know, there's 20 odd people in the document right now, so I'm very happy to see that people are still using it. But right now, we do need to try and farm some materials for Faye because she is going to be coming in just 2 more weeks. And I don't have Void anything, it feels like. So I am definitely a little bit behind. Techno, how you doing? Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Oh, I got to fix the... Before I forget. There we go. So when I'm quickly clicking stuff off screen, because again, it is Guild War, it won't randomly cut the audio. But yeah, people were complaining that the volume was too loud in the last video, which it still sounded fine from my end. Maybe now it's too quiet, but let me know otherwise. Definitely could probably bring up the music a tad, though. All right, got all of our extra stamina. Let's just burn some stuff in simulation. I did actually do some of my weekly bosses already, so a little bit ahead of the curve. And yeah, just no potentials whatsoever. So oopsies on that. Now again, good old Hidimari clearing things up for us. Play out our infinite upgrades, it feels like. Fortunately, not getting any extra. Anyway, at least Ballista will get rid of one of them. So not getting any of our card generation does hurt quite a bit. At least gets us in a little bit better of a spot. Oh wait, am I? No, it's We thank you so much for the Prime sub coming in. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've been enjoying some CZN lately. I just realized my button got deleted, unfortunately, for my some of my sound clips here are not working. All right, turn 3. Are we gonna survive? Is Frau gonna come off the back line and actually be able to knock out this boss? Nope, looks like we are going into turn 4, so my team is not working. Actually, I forgot this was supposed to be a not charge attack team, so I do gotta fix that really quick. Good old Guild War, man. If there wasn't a lot I had to do in, or I wanted to do in CZN, I would just probably be streaming Guild War because I need to do a lot in Granblue Fantasy this week, but definitely not off to a good start going to turn 5 on what's supposed to be a turn 3 kill. Oof. Dreamworld decks that have draw divines at a Fulgent expansion actually hurts. Oh, just because you mean it triggers the draw and you actually end up like drawing into a Dreamworld or something? I could definitely see that. All right, our first 150 was not a good experience. And I was joking about having like a little cutaway because, you know, technically this could fit like, or I guess on this side, like I did last time of just having our runs in the background. Did I delete the image already? Oh, I already deleted the image of being stuck in Guild War jail. The 10 card limit kicks in, you can't create 4 blades. That would make a lot more sense. Yeah, I could see that being a major downside. Cool. All right. Yeah, but anyways, what I was trying to say is after we spend our stamina, I actually want to work on this. Is probably what's going to be a main focus of cleaning this up, trying to reformat it. For those who might have missed it, we did include the overall sortie combinations. We were able to get this based on, part of it was our own testing, part of it was people in the last stream were able to provide some additional help. Now, of course, not every number combination is included here, but at least these ones do work. So, again, which path you get is going to be that choice you can make at the very start of the run, and then after that, it just comes down to surviving until the 3rd floor. Also, yeah, my 150 team just died horribly. I'm on a turn 5 of a turn 3 team. No dopeness, man. Really hurts. All right, there we go. But yeah, for those that don't play Granblue Fantasy, very long story. There's more that I need to farm in the game. Oh, actually, wait, we did way more damage. Is it really just because I left out charge attack by accident? We actually might get this in. We might actually do it. All right, you know what? Just for shenanigans, I'm going to make it bigger. So everybody can see me fighting a giant moose. Nope, we're dead. Never mind. The moose is too strong. All right, well, unfortunately for me, this is time sensitive, so I might have to, might actually have to fix my Guild War team really quickly. And again, unfortunately, this is not my element, so we are a bit cooked here. I guess there's no like real good way to fit both on stream. I guess the smaller size was actually a little bit better. All right. Oh, everybody died again. Cool. Yeah, you can see this is clearly not going well for us. All right, I guess, sorry, I do need to actually fix this some way, somehow. Oh, he's gaining repel. Holy shit. That's what's killing me. Wait, that doesn't make sense. He's a charge attack boss then? Okay, I have no idea. Oh, he lasts reflect for the entire turn. Upon activating a special attack after using attack after taking 3 or more hits of 4 million damage within 1 turn. Am I dumb? Is this just not a Ogi team then? It's unfortunate too because I'm using a buff that like does not work basically past turn 3, so definitely not helping my case here. All right, wow. We might be cooked. We might actually be quite cooked on this. All right, well, we're gonna learn together in real time, chat, because I need to actually. Again, this is time sensitive, so I do need to, this is our PvP event, long story short, in Grand Blue Fantasy. And if this was my element, I would have a lot better of an idea of what I want to actually build or can build, but right now I'm at the mercy of other people building stuff. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, not having the dopest 250, I guess, is a death sentence here. Hey, it's Tiki, how you doing, brother? Welcome on in. So our latest raid boss just went up in our crew, and I am trying to desperately fix my team. Yeah, it was charge attack off, full auto. It might be just a straight Nightmare 100 only for me, I guess. I had the other... Ragazza makes sense because of the sacrifice. Percival is Percival. Prowl coming in is upgraded. Like, I have her... all of her stuff otherwise. I mean, I guess I don't have Splendor, but I'm definitely not wasting a Sunstone on off-element evokers. Oh, I did not mean to... Alright, well, that's not going to help us at all. Alright, are there any other teams that we can leverage? Yeah, I mean, if we bring in Mr. Sun, I guess. Yep, Fire Guild War just started. It's our most important event of the year as free-to-play players. Well, I mean, it's the most important event of the year for everybody, but free-to-play players really are the ones that are going to benefit the most from it. Getting, like, your Evoker Stones and stuff. I guess I have one more skill I can add. I mean, the Steam client definitely does work. Unfortunately, we just can't link accounts yet. So that is a rather large drawback. And I'm kind of cheating here by using two skills, or two summons in a full auto setup. I should have most of this, though. It's using Death and Sun here. I do have Mr. Sun, though. I have this grid. I just have to change out my Pendulum, which should be fine. I might just change to this, and like if it takes one extra turn, that's fine. I don't remember what the jump from 100 to 150 is, but unfortunately, I do not have my Dopus upgraded, or Dark Opus, for those that don't know, so I am a little bit behind otherwise. We did use an extra summon, I guess. All right, so what we're gonna do is copy this really quick. Try to update this. Why do I not know who this is? Anna? Yeah, unfortunately, a new event just went live, so, or a new boss just went live, and I'm trying to fix this up for really quickly. Or that is the elemental. It's yellow, right? Yeah, it's yellow. And I don't think I have all that extra Ben, but I feel like the axes should be better anyways for the supplemental damage if I had to take a guess. Could be wrong, could be wrong. And then my Ultima is sword instead of staff, which is a bit of a downside here as well. I was looking to see if I have a second Ben, which I don't think I do. Fortunately, only have one of the weapons. Stamina modifier is probably staying as is. I can't imagine that's better than our astral weapon. Apparently it is. I am a terrible liar. Okay, well, in that case, we're going to try to double up on the stamina modifiers here just to have a stronger turn 1. I feel like 1 axe is still okay. I forget if these were axes or not as well. Nope, staff. Weapon types in Grand Blue Fantasy are just silly, to say the least. So you always have to double check what they actually are, because you might be surprised. So it is going to be Sun and Death, because Death is going to allow us to bring in Old Man from the back line early. Yeah, the thing about Grand Blue Fantasy is that it is just, you know, 10 years of knowledge to absorb, which is asking a lot, all things considered, but if you master one element, it's not as bad. It's just you have to decide which element you are going to main, and then you just accept that the all right, I need Old Man. Beyond that, you just accept that you're going to rely on other people to fix up your grids, fix up your elements, and what have you. Oh, yikes, you have nothing, my dude. Oh, wait, I don't have his S4. I can't actually do the burst thing, man. I fear we are just cooked, actually. Because, again, I really don't feel like spending a, do not feel like spending a Sunstone. All right, let me try to swap this, see if that does anything for us with the different key, but, I kind of guess no. Dang, we might just be out of luck. Oh, you know what? We need to do our weekly points too, don't we? I don't, like, bro, it's 200 crystals. Whatever. I'll just get, like, my 300k and then just kill my own guy, right? That's probably, like, the more reasonable thing to do here. Can you back out, or do you have to complete it? You can escape from side 2? Beautiful. Oh wait, no, we already did play our, my god, I forgot we already played the, swords. Nope, this is looking like turn 3 and I am dead again, unfortunately. Yeah, we are absolutely dead in this this fight, unfortunately. And I don't want to like just take, you know, an hour of stream time to try to fix my Grand Blue team, man. Ah, rough. There you go, 3v1. Ah, shit, man, it's even easier then. Great, perfect. I'll take my rewards, hell yeah. Oh, you know what, we actually had to go back and watch the story at some point too. That was on my list of things that I want to do. But we do need to do another delegation. Oops. I don't think I have any other builds that I want to do with her. I guess I'm gonna go try to like get that very experimental Cassius build that seems impossible to farm because I love punishing myself. Bro, this boss is really gonna eat all of my revival potions and everything. This is so unfortunate. Is 900 attack good enough with 55 crit rate? Great question. I have no idea what my stats are currently at, if I'm being honest. Oh, hey, Jester. No, the new player guide is just going to be this thing. So, obviously, I think it's good for everyone. I just feel like calling it a new player guide is probably still helpful because there is stuff like CZN metadex, right, that people might not know about. Or like the wiki bot for solving events. So the real hopeful thing is that people are just randomly on Twitter or YouTube or whatever and see this and they're like, oh, I would like a guide. So I probably should have opened the stream with that, but I got distracted by Grand Blue Fantasy. But yeah, so I got to still work on the, or I added the sortie tab. So this is something that we'll have to build out and test a little bit more. We'll probably do a sortie run tonight then. And then we also are going to work on this, which is just updating all the chaoses. So, or maybe we'll do this tomorrow when we do sortie today. Whichever, but I do want to figure this one out still. Have I beta tested the deck search in CZN meta? No. What do you mean by deck search? Actually, hold on. Did I live? Boy, howdy. This moose is taking me for all of my money, man. I don't like it. You need to be in their server to get the tester roll? Oh, okay. Well then, let me know how it is. Oh, geez. Bree's already at 1.5. Oh my god, why is her video lagging so bad? Meanwhile, Bree is a Primo player. This is her account. And then she's just destroying this boss. She's probably doing like a 2-turn if I had to take a guess. Because she doesn't have Destroyer yet. Her Dopus isn't 250. My god, it is lagging like a mother though. She hears the other room shit talking. She got one turn, or is this 100 or 150? No, one turn, 43 seconds. It looks like. But yeah, what is that? My stats actually at? Okay, let me drop my guy back down to 100. Oh, that's right. We already clicked into this. My bad. Sure. Everyone's gonna get stressed out, I guess. Memory create status card, lose 50 credits. I don't need a neutral. We don't need a legendary neutral, right? Because explosion is rare and you can't get Faceless Woman this way anyways, as far as I'm aware, so that's unfortunate. We do need a Persona attack card on him. Sure. But this also has, this is gonna have your chaos buffs as well. So like 1200 is not the real amount. All right, let me just put that off to the side again. I'm gonna drop this back down to my other team and then just do Nightmare 100, I guess. Joker, we are still always going to cut. Just do not need it once you fully optimize. So early free removal is fine, or early, you know, paid removal is fine here. Oh, I can't rest, and I don't care about training this early. Oh yeah, let me pull up the. Let me see that really quick. Dex search. Okay, Dex search based on... Oh, okay, Great Rift, Nebula Distortion, Basin. What is the criteria? Is this just all community built stuff then, I assume? Dang, I guess we didn't have, we're keeping both these, right? Little unfortunate getting double removal after we just paid to remove one. Skill issue, I guess. Make sure we put a early item on him, just to make sure we get our, engraving options. Alright, let's see if we can get our devil dice, maybe? None of these, unfortunately. I will just grab my 200 credits because we are broke. Yeah, I'll be curious to know, like, what the, you know, like, filtering and sanitization of the data will look like. Because otherwise, there's a lot of just random stuff that I'm sure will get posted. Oh, sick. Now my Nightmare 100 is failing. Cool. Oh, yeah, because I changed the, I changed my Dopus. We do not want to start a random quest you always want to choose. Alright, we got one of our engraving pieces at least, so that's a, nice. Now, always the problem of it being on, like, a random blue is that we got to figure out if we can ever actually replace it. So, early engravings is something I want to look for here, just to see if there's anything else, you know, that I might want. Any of our, Explosion of Emotions, what have you. Nothing noteworthy. We have our dice trick that we want to, you know, swap over. Now, we do want to try to either get the right divine on this so that we can copy it and then just use the basic epiphany, which would be great for getting us that morale. Otherwise, we are kind of, I mean, we gotta reset Pop-Eyed Popper here as well, so definitely not a good start, all things considered. We got a lot of work to do. Decreased cost of ego skills is definitely not it otherwise. So those are all like All of this is unfortunate. This is very quickly looking like one of those, you know, just quit at the first half, but... Or I guess not quit anymore, right? Because you can just skip ahead. So... You can always just click the auto-completion. Oh, I'm just doing one try because I have my Chaos delegation, and I honestly am not sure what I want to spend it on. Yeah, I just want my weekly Chaos completion. That's all. Of course, we get the neutral Epiphany on Source of Water, but not Devil Dice. Forever the bane of my existence. How much Black Mass do I need for 6 Divines on Tenebria, 3 Divines on Nia, and 4 Divines and 2 neutral? Well, I mean, it all depends on what Divines you're going for. None of those have the Deer Divine, so probably fine. I don't know. I still have nightmares just thinking about trying to roll the 2% Epiphany, man. I want it, but I don't want to actually try to farm that. If I thought Haru Vulnerable was bad as a option, I clearly did not know how evil this game could get. Oh, if you're going for... Well, see... Yeah, I mean, if you're going for Great Rift decks that are only good in Great Rift, by all means... Godspeed. But, yeah, that's... Go farm Swordy forever. You'll be farming Black Mass until this Great Rift finishes. People are telling me Narja is a bad damage buffer and I refuse to believe them. I mean, like, depends on the team, but Veracity is fine, and she is still a controller that can get the Persona engraving. If anything, unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess however you want to look at it, Cassius just is absurdly broken this season. So, like, Cassius is going to be your best option for multi-hitters in general, and that's never going to go anytime soon, but there's also certain synergies that only Narja can do compared to every other controller, so it just depends on the team and what you're going for. Well, close to the right... Close to the right dice trick. Very close. I'm not farming anything in particular. I just want to see how difficult it would be to get the Cassius deck in one go. But, like, we're already so far lost on this one that I probably just need to give up. Okay, well, at least we got the right base. Again, not the hard part of this, but... Or, like, not the part of this that we actually want, I should say. Yeah, this is just this is a quit. I don't even want to do the second half. So I think we have to continue, and then we just have to skip, and it should give us the full... whatever. Alright, so that's done. Yeah, so you still get your weekly progress, like, that's fine. Is it wrong to assume you're a bit fed up with the game or burned out? Why would you say that? I mean, like, if it's about the Great Rift, I would never farm. I've always not been a, like, top 100 player for Great Rift. I just don't care. Like, I know the parts of the game that I want to interact with, and Great Rift is not one of them. Oh, probably I had to go to the office today. I had to wake up at 5 a.m. That's it. That's probably it. So I had to waste 2.5 hours on the road today on top of working my full day. And then also Guild Wars going on in Grand Blue Fantasy. So Tuesdays are normally just rough. But no, if I am, I mean, like, a good example otherwise, right, is just, like, if I'm not enjoying something, I'm not going to play it, you know. Even with, like, Mongol Stardive, I've been really trying to bring the, have the energy to be worthwhile to log in and keep up with everything. But it's just not something I've been able to keep up with overall. I'm just gonna grab, oh, okay. Okay, this was certainly a way to, I gotta log in on Bree's laptop really quickly. What is my login? Baby, what's my password? Well, it's like they don't allow special characters either. Nope. Nope. Guys, what is... Oh, you typed in the wrong email. What? It was already populated. It was, I swear it was already populated. Yippee. Maybe. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Password 123. Is 50% damage for every Lux Persona kept at 5 stack? As far as I've been able to see, I have not gone back to test that, but it is something that I thought was fixing the patch notes, and then people said it wasn't fixing the patch notes, so it is what it is. I mean, I very much could take a break in CZN. Like, I have, for what it's worth. Like, this is not my main source of income. Like, to be very frank about it, I could not stream for, you know, a month, and it wouldn't really impact me in any meaningful way. But I have stuff like the, or I guess I'm not sharing the right screen now. Where is OBS? Like, I still want to finish this project and whatnot. So it's like, I still have things that I need to do in this as well. But again, with Unite and Fight staring us down. So again, for those that don't know, this is our PvP event in Grand Blue Fantasy, but it's also the best free-to-play reward event, because it is just a as much effort as you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. And even free-to-play players can get the max rewards. It is just very much a time sink. So this is something that is very, very important for people to farm while it's up. However, because it is Japan time favored, the time that the rounds are on is actually like 6 p.m. until 10 a.m. my time. And so I can't stay up all night, obviously, farming this, and not that you have to, but I'm already out of top 100K, I think. Yeah, so to get top rewards, you need to be in the top 100K, which if you are a experienced player and if you've been keeping up with like just getting your M3 grids and stuff, which is like the free-to-play grids, it's fine. You will get 100K. It is a time sink, but you'll get the maximum amount of rewards. It'll be great. You'll be happy. Unfortunately, I was finishing the Tenebria guide and then something popped up at work, so I lost an entire day's worth of Guild War. And that's why Bree was just logging into my laptop, because she can work on fixing a team. It's also her main element. Not that she's as familiar with non-primal stuff, but yeah, this is also just something that I need to keep up in the background and be mindful of. For a level 42 player, where should I use all my daily stamina farming event chaos? 42 doesn't have memory fragments unlocked, right? I don't even know if it tells you in game yet or not, or anymore. Because what, 50 was... Is it level 6 that unlocks? So yeah, I think you do need to be level 50 then. Because once you can start getting the gold to actually drop and like work this up all the way, it's really great for memory fragments to catch up, because that will be a pretty good damage boost. But if you're not at the ability to farm gold in the memory fragments, what I instead would recommend is doing your potential farm, because you are just going to need approximately infinite of these. I've shared a screenshot on Twitter, and where is our Discord? Where is my image? Open. There you go. So I've shared images like this in the past, where it's like whatever, you know, whatever class they are, you're going to want to obviously change what books you need, but like the number of XP books stays the same, the number of gold stays the same, the crystals are obviously for those elements, but like this takes a solid week of farming alone. So you will spend a lot of time, a lot of resources just farming the potential crystals. Do I plan on going back to Mongol Stardive? So I'm waiting for like the 1.2 update, because it sounds really, really promising, but I gotta be honest, like I've talked about this in the Discord, but I'm really just burned out on how crappy a lot of gacha games have turned out, with just being like completely unpolished, or just like the MiHoYo games rebranded in some way. Now, I know I say that, and I'm gonna add this massive disclaimer really quickly, because I forgot about this game, but I was actually really impressed with the, and I already forget the name of it. It's HNA. I forget what it even stands for. Oh, by the way, we have a Bleach collab coming up in Grand Blue Fantasy next month. Yeah, so Nexus Anima. I forget if this is the actual... No, that is just a crappy MiHoYo whatever video. They had gameplay in here somewhere. I do not care about your open world stuff. There we go. Okay, so for those that don't know, that's probably loud, sorry. So unfortunately, this game is getting, in my opinion, a bit of unfair flack, just because it has the MiHoYo label on it. And like, I get it, it's a MiHoYo game. They all look the same. They're all doing the same stuff. It's open world, yada, yada, yada. Oh, it's just a Pokemon ripoff, however, or what have you. However, the big thing that I've been starting to, you know, be more of a self-discovery is like, I want more strategy in my gachas that's not just 3-button mashing and calling it a day, and or something to farm or grind for, much like CZN. And when it comes to strategy, as some people may or may not be familiar with, there is a game called Teamfight Tactics, or TFT, by Riot, and that is exactly what this game looks like it is going to be. Yes, you do have some of your creature collection aspect. However, there is actual, you know, board placement strategies, likely going to be various synergies between the various anima or creatures. I forget what they're called in this version of the game. But however, I do recognize that the immediate red flag for this game is that it does not look like there's going to be any kind of PvP or social battles or otherwise. So that is like a big question mark for me. And then also like these whole character cards at the bottom and how the ultimates are going to play it. Now, it is absolutely hilarious to me that a lot of people are calling this like a card game on Twitter and whatnot. And it's like the most obvious form of self-report that I've ever seen by the MiHoYo community, saying like, oh, I've played my first gacha game and it's the only game I've ever played, so everything is just a card game, or everything is just like this other MiHoYo game that is, you know, they're the first ones to ever do this thing, and they just don't know about TFT or Dota Underlords or pretty much any game that has come before it. So there is just a unholy amount of yapping that is currently on Twitter for this game. But at least from some of the, you know, elements that it is borrowing from, and also really cool is that they seem to have like a raid or boss battle. I think it was in the later part of this video. Yeah, so they have like full-on, you know, raid battles that, again, placement and stuff will matter. You know, we'll see how much it matters. But like, this actually could be really cool. And you see like the trait mechanics here on the left-hand side, just like TFT. So if they can add some multiplayer and social elements to this, I think it could be really good. Like, I think people are really kind of missing the bigger picture here. And again, this is just all the traits. This is not like, you know, other players, but like, there is a lot of actually good stuff here that they could implement. So unfortunately, a lot of people are just like missing the forest through the trees, so to speak, on this one, in my opinion. But I'll be curious to see how this develops, because again, no release date, no anything of that nature. So we'll wait and see. The issue is the Hoyo greed. I did see the meme about like, oh, get 3 login or get 3 pulls when you log in or whatever. Look, I totally understand nothing is going to be as generous as CZN, man. And if I am being perfectly honest, so I'm going to be covering Mressi at Anime Expo. I've talked about this before, but it's the other game that Smilegate has coming out. And I'll be perfectly frank, I will most likely be covering Mressi, even if it is not, at least at a surface level, traditionally the type of game that I am interested in, because one, the creator program through Smilegate is honestly one of the best in the industry that I've been able to understand and find out more about, but also that they do just seem to treat their games very, very well, which feels quite rare in the space. So again, not to be, and I joke about this, but I realize that it might come across as being sincere at the same time, but like, just call me a Smilegate shill at this point, right? But like, until another game comes across my timeline, my knowledge, my hopes, what have you, I'm just not very hopeful to find anything else that pops up later this year. I mean, they are still pretty generous, like with the polls, with the events, just compared to other stuff that's out there. Like, yeah, I would love to remove the 50-50 completely, but I know a lot of people hate Enfield, even though technically speaking, Enfield has a better gacha than CZN, but a lot of people hate Enfield, so you can't please everybody at the end of the day. But, and so on that note, right, same thing as Enfield. I know Enfield just got their big update with the, I forget what the endgame mode is called now. But a lot of people were just completely shitting on the Enfield update. So it's like, I am not motivated at all to go back and like retry Enfield. And again, to try and make content on it, if all I'm seeing is just, you know, crashing out nonstop on Twitter and whatnot. I'd rather play TFT over this because I know they'll be great after the Gacha Honeymoon. That is also a very valid, like, you know, disclaimer to add, which, again, if that is how it is, I'll immediately drop the game, because as far as I know, MiHoYo does not have a great creator program, at least from what I remember. So there's not a lot that would be tying me to the game, other than I really want like a strategy gacha. And it sucks because I feel like a lot in the gacha space comes back to PvP, and I just don't have it in me to do a PvP game, right? Like, PvP in the gacha space is just not where you want to be. Also, don't forget, the shop did reset. So if you haven't gotten your tier already, make sure you grabbed your tier. I will actually remember to buy my buy my boss supplies and stuff. Yeah, but NTE has the whole Gen AI issue and ripping off their artists, right, and not paying people properly. So it's like I can't support that either, man. Like, when we already have to accept that gacha games by design are predatory and just making a shit ton of money, if you are a company that is making millions or billions worth of dollars and you're saying we're too damn cheap to pay our artists and pay our team properly, no. There's no way I'm going to sit here and try to defend that. I have too many artist friends to go play and support that type of game either. I mean, that's also true. I feel like this Great Rift in particular, I feel is pretty generous. Part of it was because they lowered the rewards. Part of it because it is just like, hey, generic increase for all passion characters. I really feel like this is a good, let me phrase that. I think this is a very well-designed Great Rift that does give me hope for where the future is going, right? I think lowering the overall, the point requirement, it was a good step in the right direction to give a little bit more team freedom and what have you. But then also, right, this doesn't just say bullets. This doesn't just say, hey, 3 cost attack or higher. If we see more stuff like this type of Great Rift design, as well as, like, again, they've already lowered the points, so whatever. I think this is a really, really good start for this game. Where did I find that information? Brother, it was all over Reddit, Twitter, YouTube, everywhere for when the game launched. Because they stole from, was it Weathering With You? What's the name of that movie? Not Weathering With You. Anyways, there was a whole drama how they, like, ripped off an anime frame by frame, and it was Gen AI on top of it. So, like, it was bad, bro. And yes, they did own up to it. They did replace it with placeholders, but I have not gone back to see if they've done anything more with it. Yes, contingency contract. Thank you. And here's the other funny thing, like, I deadass thought, like, again, a huge caveat. I know that Arcfield creators get shit on by the company, so it is what it is. But for a moment there, I really did think there for a moment that I was going to go play the OG Arknights because, again, it is a tower defense game. There is strategy to it, but I have to imagine that overall the Arknights experience, you know, because what, it's almost as old as Granblue Fantasy, right? Isn't Arknights like 8 years old? I have to imagine jumping into that game has got to be awful this late. Actually, you know what? While I'm thinking about it, screw it, man. I'm sure there's going to be some questionable stuff popping up on the main screen, but rest in peace. 1 Year Curse didn't even make it. Magical Girls game, but it looks exactly like Honkai Star Rail. Like, no. I'm actually surprised Shiny Nikki is still going. Not clicking on the not safe for work. Genesis War, that's what I'm thinking of, that also released recently. I know there were some people, some really unfavorable gotcha elements in that. Never trust anything Marvel. That is a good rule of thumb after being burned by so many games in the past. Like, there is nothing, shout out to Summoner Wars, I guess. There is nothing otherwise that's like either coming up or worth looking into in the near future. I was 7 years old. Okay, I was not that far off, to be fair. Girls Frontline, I have seen some very questionable stuff on that every time, man. Guess I'll just have to play Mormons. But here's the thing, right? Like, I want a palate cleanser if I'm going to be spending, because again, I do play CZN like a ton otherwise, and I don't want to just go from like a card game to a card game, you know, sort of thing. So having something that is slightly different would definitely be good to help mix it up. But like that and Limbus Company, like I get, there's a lot of, oh, did he actually, oh, that's not whose video it was. Also, so I'm not gonna, I gotta be honest, I think Limit Zero Breakers is the one that kind of did me in a bit. Because again, I was really looking forward to this game, and I really do appreciate that they are taking like very heavy, they are taking very heavy inspiration from Granblue Fantasy Relink and Monster Hunter, and I thought all that was going to be good. And the multiplayer is decent, but that's like the only good thing I have to say about the game. So after it was already delayed like 9 months, I think at this point, like this game needs to be delayed into next year. And if it releases any time before the end of this year, I unfortunately just cannot see them putting it in a better state. So, funny fact, I did stream Wild Rift for a bit because I never really got into League, and Wild Rift looked like a lot of fun. And I actually got up to like Emerald, I think it was, whatever the dark green color is. So I'm assuming Emerald. Before I just got like tired of it and did other stuff and what have you. But I had a decent amount of hours in Wild Rift streamed, actually. Sorry, now you got me curious. How many hours did we put into Wild Rift on stream? Oh shit, man. Yeah, it was we actually had 100 hours. We actually, holy shit, we almost streamed as many hours of Wild Rift as we did Lost Ark. That's kind of crazy to me. Because keep in mind, I put 2,200 hours in total in Lost Ark in the first year while I was also streaming part of that. They removed playing on emulators. I played on my phone. I actually had bought, that's why I have this cable. I'd actually bought a cable so I could just plug it into my phone and capture the gameplay right off my phone directly. And yeah, I mean, that's a big thing for me with Wild Rift. Like, the fact that games were so much faster, and I didn't get sucked in for anything like an hour long at a time, was really nice. I forgot I could pull up, okay, I guess I can't pull up my stuff on it. But yeah, I assume that Wild Rift is just like dead now. Hey, Frost, thanks for jumping in here, man. Muno, thanks for the follow as well. Sorry, these are really unfortunate. I forgot how chewy white rabbits are. What even is that UI? Never mind. Yeah, I did see them getting a new engine and stuff, which is really exciting. Sorry, Frost. If you're typing something, brother, it's just not coming through. I am missing it completely. I see your name, and I don't see any text underneath it. Nice Snorlax mug with some coffee in it, though. Nope, I have to admit that... So again, I'll give you guys the full, I guess, story to kind of elaborate on this. So, well, there's actually... I guess I don't remember the exact timeline of events. Actually, I can just tell you right if I pull it up by... So... Oh god, where's future updates? Why? What happened to my layout? Oh, it's way down here. We're already too far past. Okay, so anyways, I'm not gonna remember the exact timeline. Sorry. I'd have to go back over my notes. So here's what happened. I'm gonna be. Let's talk about it. You know, and if people bring it up later, I might have to oops, my image was not loading. Okay. If people come in later, I might have to re-explain it. But so here's what happened. We played Limit Zero Breakers. That was like the first thing. We did cover it we did stream it a couple times. I was going to do a video, but then I think that's right before Tenebria came out, so I ran out of time. But unfortunately, I just had like a really negative time with Limit Zero Breakers. Well, I shouldn't say really negative. I am negative leaning because there's just a lot of more work that needs to be done on that game. So I was like, all right, man, the game that I personally was looking to forward to the most this year was just not at all ready or not at all good. So, good? 150? Okay, thank you. It's story time. I don't want to lose my train of thought. I love you. Send me a message. Limit Zero Breakers did not go well, leaning negatively on it. And I was like, all right, man, my #1 game of the year that I was excited for, it's probably just going to suck. It is what it is. We'll start trying to figure out some other games that we're looking forward to. I forget if it was right before Limit Zero Breakers or right after, because it's blurred now. But at the same time, Dragon Quest Smash Grow, which is another game that I've been playing, got an update. It got a Chapter 2. And unfortunately, that game like immediately turned into, hey, always pull on the latest gacha, always have like whatever the most recent release is, always have to farm for whatever that new shiny drop is, and it completely invalidated a lot of the previous farming that you were doing. Not all of it, but it felt like that's the direction it was going in. And so on top of that, they released a new boss that was basically like, hey, screw you, if you don't have the new weapon, you are going to be hard stuck on the early stages. And I've been playing that game religiously since it came out. Because it's in portrait mode, for those that don't know, I have a fold phone, so when I'm playing Granblue Fantasy on one half of the screen, I like having a portrait mode game on the other, because some of Granblue Fantasy raids are longer, you have to put them into full auto. You know how it is. So, anyways, I ended up dropping Dragon Quest Smash Grow. I have not logged into it in several days now, and I was just kind of burned out. Then Tenebria dropped, and I've just been super busy with Tenebria. Obviously, CZN is the game that I enjoy the most. It's still the one that I keep coming back to. I have literally hundreds upon hundreds of hours at this point in CZN, both online streaming and then offline, obviously like traveling and whatnot. I play a little bit where I can as well. Part of that is doing dailies. Part of that is also like now Chaos Delegations. I'll do them on at work on lunch. There's the sequencing I'm looking for. And so Chaos Zero Nightmare, I will just always play. Now, with all of that, Nagi... Oh, yeah, because Nagi was right after Tenebria. So Nagi is the latest character in Mongol Stardive, who, unfortunately, was my most anticipated character and is just dog shit, apparently, because the game is so horribly unbalanced from a class perspective that they cannot figure out how they want to synergize between the various classes. So, yes, I still pulled on her because, again, she was like the character that I was looking forward to the most, and she is just not good. Everybody hates her. Everyone was complaining that she needs buffs. It is basically the Yuki syndrome, is kind of what happened for her. So, kind of just a series of bad events for gachas that have left me wondering what the hell am I going to do for a second game. So that is a little bit more of the backstory of kind of where everything has been at. And again, even with CZN, like CZN, I think is very good for about 1 to 1.5 weeks after a patch, because again, I play a lot. I will acknowledge that up front. I play way more than anybody else does week 1, because part of that's content, part of it because I just like the game, right? But it gets to a point where after you've tested out all the new stuff and you've gotten to check out the shiny new character, unless you are doing Great Rift and you're trying to go for the top 100, which again, I personally do not, there's not a lot to do in the game, right? Other than Sortie. So I've done quite a few Sortie streams, and I think going forward, we will just do like Sortie Saturday or something, and like just let that be the day that we grind Sortie all day. But otherwise, there's just like not a lot of non-purely, you know, PvP focused stuff that I would call that you would like work on in CZN. No, we were talking about Nagi, the newest character in Mongol Stardive. But again, I will say the 1.2 update for Mongol Stardive, I really do truly believe is going to be the make or break point for that game, because they are addressing a lot of concerns with the game. A lot of the equipment PvP, or equipment, sorry, I just read that note. Equipment pieces that you farm for are removing a layer of RNG. All that's great. You basically get one of the legendary monsters that'll follow you around on the battlefield, you know, kind of like the Pokemon Yellow reference that I'll just drop, right, where your Pokemon now follow you around. They're getting that treatment. So there's still good stuff happening with the game, but unfortunately, just a lot of things back to back have left a sour taste in my mouth. And so PvP, I just meant like the leaderboards, right? Because I know some people care about this more than others. Oh, damn, 1.4, hold on. Wait, what's today's date? 23rd? Oh, all these are still the same. Okay, so he's just... Wait, these are all the same deck. So he increased 100,000 points just by RNG? Damn. So yeah, this is what I was mentioning, where it's like, there's a point where like, I personally do not care about this level of, you know, stream Great Rift for 10 hours straight, trying to get that one perfect RNG over 10 sequencings. Now again, I will totally acknowledge the irony of me saying that as someone who plays Granblue Fantasy, which is a horribly grindy game, but all of the progress that I make in Granblue Fantasy carries forward, so I don't lose anything that I am grinding for. But can I click on the monster and see it display an 8-bit emotion? No, unfortunately. All right, so Bree did fix our team off screen, so I need to go jam that really quickly. She put it in all caps and she gave me a whamdus, so we will see where this falls. So anyways, where I was going with all that is that again, I know Moresi is coming out in 2026. There's still not a release date. I would assume that we're going to get a release date at Anime Expo, because they are putting a lot of effort and promotion into Anime Expo, and how much, you know, how much marketing, all that stuff, right? Cool events. You get to meet with one of the Nikke artists, apparently is going to be there. Well, previously was working on Nikke, now works on Moresi, right? They're doing a lot for the game, so I have to assume that that game is coming out within the next quarter, because otherwise they wouldn't need to go that hard on it. So we will wait and see what it is. But again, we'll try the demo. I'm going to do a video on it. Of course, I'm going to kind of look at what other games are going to be there as well, and just if anything else is coming out around the corner, you know, great, I'll keep an eye on it. But At least for me personally, I think there's going to be a lot of more of just stream CZN for like the first week and a half-ish of the patch cycle, and then I'll probably just do Granblue Fantasy streams, if I'm being perfectly honest, just because there is a lot that I need to work on. And so if nothing else, this is probably a really good, oh damn, that was almost a one turn. What the hell? Okay, I have no idea what sorcery that Bree did. What the hell is this grid? It's probably just a sign from the universe to, you know, spend some time working on my backlog in Granblue Fantasy, which is truly never ending anyways, and waiting for something else to come out. And yes, the game, again, full acknowledgement up front, it is by a lot of Nikke developers and Nikke story writers. So again, the advantage is really Draconic. Oh, is Draconic for the HP with Wamdus. Okay. Wamdus is just that good, I guess. And she did keep the fallacy chain. Okay. Yeah, man, Wamdus goated. There you go. Hell yeah. Anywho, so again, the one thing I will say about Meresi is that I recognize up front that there is a lot going on. And again, I'll be very transparent. That is not my thing otherwise. I think there's definitely a line to cross that does happen from time to time in Nikke, but the Nikke story writers are absolutely goated in the space. So if I can get decent gameplay and a really good story out of Meresi and I just have to deal with the Gunnar bait on the side, man, all right, 2 out of 3, we'll take it sort of thing, right? Yeah, Granblue Fantasy is my main game by all accounts. Just purely based on time spent and then also just money that I've definitely poured into the game. I think on character skins alone, I've spent more in Granblue Fantasy than I've spent in any other gacha that I've played. Which, I guess that can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people, but I have not spent that much on other gachas, despite how that might have just sounded. Am I open to say numbers? Oh yeah, I am thousands deep in Granblue Fantasy over multiple years. If I had to take a guess, so it's also hard to say because I never cash sparked a banner, which, by the way, to fully cash spark in Granblue Fantasy is like $900 or something. I forget what the latest conversions was, but like it's a lot. You never cash spark. And for Versusia banner, I did have to spend like $250 to finish a spark to try to get that summon. So that was the most that I ever spent at a single time towards a Granblue Fantasy banner. But skins in Granblue Fantasy are $30, I want to say, or $25. No, because they're 30,000 crystals, right? Yeah, they're 3,000, so it's like $20, $22, whatever. $22 in USD, but with all these skins, you also get a 10 pull. So it's like you're basically you're cashing out a 10 pull and also getting a character skin. So like a lot of times, if you just need extra pulls, you might as well just get a character skin. But so like if I were to think about the total amount that I've spent on, oh god, what is the gacha game that I spent the most money on that's not Granblue Fantasy? Genshin, I guess? Probably Genshin, because I played Genshin for multiple years. But like, New Valette and Farina, I do remember that I got within my pity. I don't know who I would have cashed in Genshin. I mean, again, to be fully frank, I probably spent, and again, battle passes for these games, I do buy those as well. I don't know what those are off the top of my head. I'm strictly speaking like cash pulls for characters. Genshin, I think I only spent like $200 200, 300 bucks probably, like not a lot. Yes, I will be playing Endless Ragnarok, and I will be taking time away from CZN for Endless Ragnarok because it is a game that Bree and I play together. And not just Bree and myself, but like multiple people in our Discord played Relink together and will be playing Endless Ragnarok as well. So obviously because of algorithm reasons, if you're watching on YouTube, I can't stream Relink on this channel. Unfortunately, I will be streaming it on Twitch. But if I disappear for a week on YouTube, that's why. So again, going back to the earlier comment, right? Like I have no problem stepping away from CZN or other content because I'm going to go do something else that I would enjoy. It's just there's nothing else out right now in the gacha space or otherwise I really want to spend time on other than Granblue Fantasy. So it's like CZN is just you know, CZN's always the warm bed that I can return to because I enjoy the game. Oh, sure, I can show you some of the I can show you some of these skins. How is Granblue for new players? They have added a ton of new player quality of life stuff, but the reality is that Granblue Fantasy can be a very free-to-play friendly game, but you have to put in hours. Like, you are grinding for dozens and hundreds of hours if you do everything in the game. Like, it is... There is a lot to do. I cannot stress that enough. Oh God, how do you... I haven't pulled this... How do you pull up the, Where did they move Lyria's journal to? No. Oh, there it is. I'm just blind. Sure, Pela. Oops, that is not you. So this is the Divine General and one of my main characters. So she got a skin for New Year's, and so the skins work two different ways. Like you will get a you will get a art update otherwise. And spoiler, you can tell why she's one of my favorites. But if you go to actual like in-game, you'll get a different preview of. I guess I have to go into the other. Oops, not. Her weapon is a dagger. What proficiency is she? Why am I blanking on that? She also gets her FLB this year too, which I'm really excited for. Oh, actually, where is a good way to show off? Okay, I'm sorry. I'd have to just do it through. I don't think there's a good way to show it off without going into a battle. So, like, this is her art. This is her uncap art. This is what she looks like in the game. This is like her sprite. And then if I go to her other version, again, art, second art. And then in-game, she gets a model update and everything. So they'll have like little stuff like this. Also, technically, Wamdus that I have on this team is a skin because it is her holiday version of Wamdus. So keep in mind that this character also is normally a water element character, but she is a holiday unit. So once you get a outfit or once you get a different version of that character, you can use that outfit on any version of them. But for this instance, this is holiday Wamdus, so she gets all the, well, Christmassy stuff. And I don't think I can pull up her other pose here, but she has like other... And so like when you do your charge attacks, you'll actually see the other artwork in game as well. But otherwise, what you're going to be spending a lot of time seeing is these little guys. This game does not have a ultimate. Well, so it's technically called an ultimate attack for like the Japanese translation. But ultimate attack is charge attack in this game. And so, yes, there are charge attack animations. I want to play Grand Blue, but do you think it's worth the $40 if it's something I'd play casually? Are we talking about Grand Blue or Grand Blue Relink? So, funny enough, I just re-downloaded Nikke because my friend picked it up. And so, like, I have Cinderella. So what we're talking about here is Grand Blue Fantasy. This is the browser-based gacha game, which is also available on Steam. So if you are a new player, you could start this on Steam today. However, the thing I will say about Grand Blue Fantasy is you either want to join during half anniversary, or you want to join, well, actually, I guess Christmas. When is our next roulette? Hold on, now I'm drawing a blank, because I was going to say Christmas, but Christmas does have a lot of polls. Anniversary is in March, which is always a good time to join, but there's another, is there a summer roulette? Am I just like totally blanking? I think there is a summer roulette, if I remember correctly. But generally, you want to join with one of the roulette banners or roulette periods because you can get like hundreds of free polls, which notably is really good for building your account. I don't think there's like there's no preview in-game for showing off attack animations. I guess I could just go to the banner. So like this animation that plays down here, this is, oh, well, this is their ultimate animation that happens in-game, but this only happens when you do a charge attack. But otherwise, you can see like the preview of their models, and then that's the other rate-up character for Frau. As a water main, I don't want to talk about collabs because those are like the biggest bane of our existence because we've had to pull on two different... The reason why I don't have a lot of crystals right now is because I had to pull on the Full Metal Alchemist collab, and that hurt. Again, I didn't have to spend money, but if we get a new formal character, I only have like 234 pulls out of the 300 that you need to spark. So we will get a lot of pulls for Guild War, so this will, you know, this will ramp up quite a bit, but I still do not have a spark saved up. I mean, yeah, the Grand Blue Fantasy is on Steam now. So, like, there is a full Steam client for this game. And in the near future, they confirmed that people like myself who have been playing for years, if you want to link it to the Steam account, you will be able to down the road. But right now, only new players can start on Steam. But yeah, it is browser-based, like, again, legitimately Chrome. And there's also something called Skyleap that you're going to want to get if you're playing it on your phone for extra free rewards. Oh, like a whole... Oh, man, probably not. I know we would all love for them to get, like, a visual overhaul, but I just don't see it happening. Which, again, is funny because we just got a new raid boss. Nope, not that one. We got a new raid boss recently, and her artwork is insane. Spoiler, this is also the summon that I spent money on, like real money. Yeah, no one mind my summer bubs, please. And here's the thing I gotta say, man, like, if there's one thing I've learned is that people don't want to play games as much anymore, at least the grind that a game like CZN or a game like Grand Blue Fantasy requires. Like, even CZN is too grindy for a lot of people, and CZN is child's play compared to Granblue Fantasy. Can I showcase her? I mean, I can just do a summon. What would be a good battle to do, I guess? Oh, shoot. No, I have all my teams set up for that. So I only use the Versusia summon in high-level content. And this is like all farm content. Sure. So in this game, you have a bunch of summons. This is like her wall of text. And her big thing is that she had a new element. So she basically introduced a 7th element into the game 11 years later. So she has something called destruction damage, which has a completely unique like color and animation and stuff. So the calls themselves are going to be otherwise pretty limited. So that is the animation that you get. And I don't know if I'm going to have enough. I don't have a charge attack character on this team. Hold on. Let me see if I can just build up charge bar really quick before these guys kill it. Okay. So now what I'll be able to do, I have to turn all my attack animations back on. So somebody was asking about the ultimate animation. So this, I'll play out all the animations. You have to have this charge bar. This is yellow thing that says 100. And then every character has something special that they grant the team when they use a charge attack. I hope I have the long animations on now that I think about it, because his is short by default. And then again, that's Pela with the skin. So notably, the skin's not going to change the charge attack animations. All the base characters will keep their animations standard otherwise. Now, again, something to keep in mind is that Granblue Fantasy has its own, like, PvEVP in it, because whenever you do a raid like this, you can see at the top where it says 18 players. If you have the most amount of damage, so you can see I got second here, you actually get extra rewards. Now, everybody gets standard rewards for doing a minimum amount of damage and all that stuff, so it's not like the end of the world if you don't do top damage, but you do actually get a 1 extra chest worth of rewards if you are the MVP or vice MVP of any co-op content in the game. So for hosting it, that is always going to be the best drops that you can get for a boss. And then if you join other people's raids, you get this extra chest down here, a red chest, which, so in this case, this is like one of the drops that I'm looking for. I got triple the amount of drops for having MVP or host compared to this chest, which would be the normal amount. If you ever want to show off animations, I recommend Mizako's Granblue Fantasy AP. You can load any character summons. Oh shit, really? I've been playing for years and I've never heard of that. Hold on, what is this? Oh my god, you can see. Oh, dude, that's actually sick. So this is one of the April Fool's joke characters. Oh, dude, that's actually hilarious. Anyway, so this is Katura, who is one of my main. She is canonically your wife in the game. You are married. And as a water main, it's one of the characters that I wanted the most too, because she's really important for Race Velger teams. And she has a holiday outfit that I was chasing for years because she's really good on a gun team. And of course, she got power crept right after I got her. That doesn't really show her good. Oh, I guess this one did get a more unique animation. So obviously, it's in the same spirit as her base model, but you get the idea that otherwise it was very similar. So you will get some small visual updates otherwise, but this is actually a really cool ass website, man. Thank you. But no, Holiday Katura is one of my favorite skins in the game. I've actually never seen this full animation. That's so great, man. Can I show the artwork though? Oh, that's the New Year's one. Yeah, that makes sense. Jukebox. I guess the easiest way to do this is just pull it up in my own game, right? But so again, I've been a Cygames fan for a very long time. I've played Shadowverse like back to the OG, so like pretty much anything Cygames does, I will always play, always check out. But let me grab. That doesn't even show you the full thing. Anyways, one of my favorite outfits in the game, and then of course, because she is because you got the cows, you get why am I blanking on what the motorcycle's name is, bro? Yes, I played World Flipper. Really sad story about World Flipper actually is that I took a break for like a year, I think, for World Flipper. I decided to re-download it while I was on was it Christmas vacation? I was out somewhere, and then like the next month they said that they were shutting down the game, and I'm like, all right, man, that's cool. So really sad that I missed out on getting to play more of World Flipper. I did not play Princess Connect or whatever it is. That's like the one that I just never got into. But Dragalia Lost, World Flipper. I guess technically I did check out Uma Musume, but I didn't stick with it. I would really love for Cygames to drop a new game, man. Okay, we got horribly sidetracked. Sorry. I gotta get this looping back in the corner now. Guild War is your duty. Battle. Oh yeah, we were gonna check out if there's anything else that was in here. Get rid of all that. Get rid of that. That's the deck building screenshot. Okay. I don't expect to find anything else in here, but you know what? A guy can dream. But I really think we're just kind of in a dry period, right? We had like every game under the sun, it felt like came out in, what was it, April? And there's just been like not a lot else going on. Hatsune Miku! Oh, also shout out to was it Brave Exodus? Or Brave oh my god. Whatever it was called. They turned the gacha game into a full standalone, which is really cool. Resonance does actually look good though. Star Savior is still there for you. Again, I I feel bad because I know a couple people still play it, but like otherwise I would just delete the channel by now, man. But like the bridal outfit is just, it's too much for me. Like they definitely crossed the line in from, you know, being respectful and doing it in a tasteful manner to just like full send the gooner shit, man. I'm just like, no, I can't. I just can't do that. Yeah, I've never been a big fan of Grand Theft Auto, so I can't, I know other people have been waiting for it or going to enjoy it, but it's not something I've ever, like, really played or got into. Oh, yeah, speaking of Moresi, there you go. Oh, yeah, and then there was the, this isn't it, but there's another game that's like, oh, racing girls take on real-world cars, and it's just like, they're doing a Kickstarter for a gacha, man. Like, I've never seen a bigger red flag for a scam in my life than saying a gacha needs to go to Kickstarter for development. Like, no, absolutely not. Oh, 10th anniversary of Valkyrie Connect. Cool. I'm going to be so honest. It's been so bad. I was actually looking at Fate Grand Order again because one of my friends plays that and they're getting their second story arc starting. So same thing with Grand Blue Fantasy, how we have like a brand new story that just started in October? Within the last year. I forget exactly when the new Grand Blue Fantasy arc started. But Fate is also getting a brand new major story arc after, you know, 10 years or 11 years. Once games get that old, they all blend together, right? I forget how old Fate is. It's old, man. But I was like, cool, I guess I could, you know, consider downloading Grand Order again, but I know that's another one where it's like, I would just be lost to the mines if I were to try to dig into it now. Yeah, otherwise, I mean, there's just not anything, man. Okay, so where did that put us then? We were going to do, oh, we got to do a, we had extra delegations, I'm pretty sure. Which means I need to actually go look at what other characters I might want to consider. I did play Elden Ring. So again, funny enough, I'm not really a gacha. I know the irony of me saying this. I'm not really a big gacha gamer. I like, other than Grand Blue Fantasy, man, what was even the last? But like before, I'm trying to think before CZN. What was like the actual like last thing that I played more than a few months? And I struggle to tell you. Yeah, I don't know. So again, for well, yes, but Genshin I haven't played since like Fontaine, which was like years upon years ago now, right? So like I'm sure there's been something else that I've played between then and now, but again, for me, because I work full time and I do the content stuff on the side, like I don't have a lot of extra time that I can do stuff that is outside of content. So I did a lot with TCGs and was covering multiple TCGs at a time. So truthfully, I just spent a lot of time traveling to different locals, playing in various events, and you know, letting that be the main focus. And then on the weekends, I would play, you know, whatever else I had time for. But when it comes to, like, what is the last video game that I actually sat down and completed, I could not tell you. And again, part of that is also because, like, obviously trading card games you can never, like, beat, per se. Path of Exile, I put a lot of hours in, but that's another game that you don't ever really beat. There's always more to do. I haven't had a chance to like really sit down and otherwise play something. Or I guess That is, I guess that's technically a little bit of a lie. So before, no, that was after CZN launched. I forget what happened, but my partner and I were replaying through the IMOC series of Dot Hack because Dot Hack is one of my favorite games. So we were playing through that original series. We actually did finish Infection. We were starting Mutation, and I don't know what happened now that I'm thinking about it, but like, life happened, CZN happened, and I just had not have gone back through to play through that series. So, obviously Relink coming up, like I will stop everything that I am doing and I will play Relink, and I will not stop playing Relink until I finish it. So again, I apologize, guys, and I'm gonna be very upfront. I am going to disappear for a little bit on YouTube once Relink drops. Again, I will stream some of that on Twitch, but unfortunately, because of the algorithm, because of other reasons, I can't put Relink on the Gacha channel because it is just not a Gacha game. And if I am going to rebrand and kind of refocus the channel to not only be Gacha games, then I do need a like more dedicated game that I will do a lot of content for to try to fight the algorithm and all that YouTube bullshit in the background. So Relink, all things considered, we might just play it for like a week and go hard, but I'm not going to do a lot of the like the roguelite endgame and like truly try to min-max it like I did Relink's original release, just because I will have to focus on you know, CZN's next character, right? Because I think the way that it works, or I guess I can just look at my calendar, right? Because, hold on, this is May. I have not updated my little planner here in a minute. Because what? Anime Expo is the 1st through the 2nd, so I'm going to make a little note. So I'm gone for Anime Expo. Faye's banner is the July 7th, right? So I'm going to write Faye in my book. So Faye banner. And Endless Ragnarok is the 10th, I think. Is Ragnarok the 10th or the 14th? July 9th even. Okay, so yeah, basically I have to speedrun finishing my Faye content because the 10th onwards I am playing Relink. Wow, that puts us in a really awkward spot for Season 4, doesn't it? Because that means Season 4 probably doesn't start until July 28th at the earliest. There might be like an extra week before. So we can just assume that Season 4 is going to be the 28th. Yeah, so I might just take a 2-week break from, you know, content. So the biggest draw for me with CZN is that I love like the theory crafting and testing side of new characters. So I don't want to spoil that fun with Faye per se. Relink is really good if you like Monster Hunter style of games. But Relink is another one of those games where it's like you fight the same boss over and over and over and over to get enough pieces so you can go make the weapon to unlock the next tier and then go fight that boss over and over and over and then unlock a new weapon tier, right? Like it is that type of progression system. Now that said, there is a shit ton of characters to play as in Relink with all custom fighting styles. So like that does help a little bit to keep it fresh, but at some point you are just playing the same boss fight, you know, 100 times. Yeah, as much as I beg and plead, I think we are, it is going to be a while until we get another male character. All right, no. I feel bad because the video was called New Player Guide, and like now we're an hour and some change in and have not worked on the New Player Guide at all. So we should actually spend some time filling that out, I guess. I have to figure out. Man, I might get a second Nyx if I'm being perfectly honest. I have not decided what I want yet. Yes, I would love to see us get a new 4-star character as well. All right, so Chaos. All right, because what oh, you know what? I shouldn't have done it here. I should have done it through the other visual. So what I want to work on is finishing this tab because I think it is the last thing that we have to do. Again, for those that might have missed it, there it is. Tenebria is updated, and you will notice that I have like some additional notes in here, as well as my secret build that is all the way down here at the bottom, which is like, this is my please don't build it. I'm keeping it here for reference as myself to like, if I really want to be bored and go farm something, I really do want to like test this build out. But to get the divines for this man and for, this is just going to be a nightmare. So here's like my normal, like, you know, build related stuff with some extra notes to the side. The extra side for her. So Chaos tab, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do for this, but like my thought process behind this, oh, I have to grab the other screenshot before I forget. Which is on, I guess it's any character though, right? Hold on, let me confirm that first. Yeah, so I'm pretty confident this divine can go on like damn near anybody, it feels like. But I was realizing that, you know, if people want to search for either certain gear or certain epiphanies, it probably would help if we had some type of call out for all that information in one page. And so I was thinking about it, but I forget what the deer god's name is. But for the deer god, like, right, this is one of the best divines in the entire game that you can get, assuming that you actually need it. So I want to have a call out here that, like, right, because in Swamp of Judgment and Burning Life, you have the guaranteed divine events that are always going to give you a deer divine. And this divine in particular is only available from deer. And much like the common card one, is only available from the, I forget what the Chaos Guide's name is, right? So I think there is probably a point to call out a few of these more divine-only targeted, God-specific divines, right? And call that out on this tab as well. So if people say, like, hey, in Season 4, in Season 5, in Season 6, you know, however far down the road, they could be like, oh, well, we got this new card that would work really well with a particular divine. And then you can try to help choose, like, okay, which chaos am I going into that is going to have the right combination of unique divines as well as the right gear. So I haven't really decided, you know, at which point that this is going to, you know, be more complete or like how much information I should have for each one of these. But I feel like I wanted to do exploration level key gear items, if I could talk. And then I was also thinking about adding divines. Yeah, I do remember G-Clef talking about that on the live stream, but like there has got to be some type of, you know, like you're only allowed 1 mega giga divine per character or something, right? Like there's got to be some type of limitation to it. But yeah, so that's kind of where this guide was going. Again, what exploration level do you want to get to? What are key items on why you might want to farm this chaos? And then the divines that have a increased chance of showing that are unique to those gods, meaning which ones are they buffed by. But that said, I don't know all of them, and I don't think all of them are worth it either. So I don't want to just sit here and list every single divine either, right? Like, when HP is less than 50% increase heal amount by 100%, right? I don't think anybody's ever going to care about this Epiphany, right? Like, I don't think this is ever a real divine that you're saying, hey, man, the boss has, and now I immediately say that I'm going to make a case for why it would be good, but like, the boss has, you know, 90% healing reduction. Okay, just run shields instead, right? Don't try to fight through whatever that boss mechanic is. Just bring a different support and you'll be fine. We did end up getting kit info, and I was going to do a video, and then I ended up just deleting it because I'm just gonna wait for her to come out in English. I forget, I think like something happened around that time that I just did not get, sorry, the waking up at 5 a.m. is kicking my ass. I didn't get a chance to make that video. So on that note, right, the same reason why I didn't get to do the Limit Zero Breaker videos because I just ran out of time. And I wanted to do a review for that video, but, and again, I recorded a bunch of content, and I was doing something else that weekend too. I was traveling for an event, and just ran out of time, unfortunately, so I'd never got around to making the Limit Zero Breakers video that I really wanted to, so, I don't know, like, I know that in general it does take about, you know, 2 years to really build up a solid foundation for any new YouTube channel. So I'm trying to ride this fine line between just like making this a generic gaming channel versus making it a gacha only channel. But man, again, there's just like not a lot of good stuff happening between now and end of year in terms of like new games and whatnot. So, and again, the thing that I'm always going to stress with y'all and be very honest and very upfront about, if I am not enjoying a game, or if I just randomly stop it because there's a bad update and I just don't get a chance to go back to it, I am always going to be upfront. I'm always going to tell you exactly the reason why it happened, and it is very difficult for me to get reinvested in a game the further away that I get from the point at which I dropped it. So like, again, Anime Expo is coming up next week that I'll be doing some coverage for and whatnot, and you know, I'll be doing a Marese video. I don't remember if there's going to be any other live demos that I was looking at. I think, dude, I forgot. Silver Palace. There we go. That's, it had another generic ass. What is with these gachas with all the super generic names, man? Silver Palace is also going to be at Anime Expo, and I'm hoping that they're going to have a demo. I don't remember if that was a fever dream or if they actually confirmed it. But I know that was another one that was on my radar personally. I know the closed beta test got some good feedback, so fingers crossed that one might be something. But otherwise, I'm not really expecting a lot of, you know, breakthrough announcements at Anime Expo or anything of the like. So I am going to be going there for TCG stuff as well, because again, I do TCG stuff on the side. But I would expect that there is I would say that there is a very high likelihood that coming out of CZN, we just accept that I am going to focus on just CZN and wait for something to like really get my attention to be worthwhile picking up on the channel. And I will probably just spend more time on Granblue Fantasy so I can work through my backlog of various things that I have to do. So there will likely be, you know, a week to a week and a half of CZN related stuff with the newest patch. You know, up to 2 weeks if it's the start of the season, because the start of the season always has a lot more going on for it. And then the week downtime between patches honestly just might be a week of Granblue Fantasy at this point. The last update that we got that uncapped our weapons, called the Illustrious Weapons series, which are very premium weapons in that game. Very long story short, it's made solo content a lot more approachable for primal characters. So now I have like new challenges and new content unlocked for me personally that I want to go back and just like do so I can get a trophy. So unless something like groundbreaking happens at Anime Expo, I probably am going to, one, play more Grand Blue Fantasy and stream some Grand Blue Fantasy. And then two, probably try to pick up a trading card game again now. I have some other stuff that I'm going to sell so that I can afford a deck in probably Riftbound, if I'm being honest, because the new Riftbound set comes out July 24th, I think. So that would be like right after Anime Expo, right after Relink, and then right before Season 4 of CZN, if I remember correctly. So I might do some, you know, TCG stuff. Not that it'd be content related, but just like I can't do as much content as I would like while also traveling for events and traveling to locals, because that just eats up a lot of time. And again, to like, for those that are newer, maybe have missed the update going back to, what was it, April now? Back in April, we did have like a mandatory return to office for my job. So for days like today, I'm usually waking up between 5 and 6 a.m. so I can go spend over an hour to go work 8+ hours in the office, to then spend over an hour of driving home because of rush hour and construction, that I quite literally have time to like make food and then stream, and that's it, because then I need to pass out because I'm exhausted after being up for, you know, 20 hours at that point by the time I finally fall asleep. So the whole return to work nonsense has also made it a lot more difficult to do as much as I was doing very early on. Combat needed work and optimization for Silver Palace. Kind of just the theme of every gacha we've picked up. I feel like that is just the idea is cool, man. Let it bake for another year or something. All right, we were doing we were doing this. Okay, Blue Pot. What is Blue Pot? Blue Pot is... I'm trying to remember what all the icons on. That is Shield Daddy. That is... Oh god, no, I do not remember. Oh, there you go. It does tell you. So we have Vitor, Siren. Okay, I know Dialos is the robot dude. I know this is like Foretold Ruin. This is City of Mists and Laboratory Zero. This is Deer. This is Theater. Who the hell is this again? Cicerin? Oh, where is the Oh no, it was in Chaos, right? Alright, was it under Archive? Oh no, they only have... Are those just generic divines then? Unless there was a name change. Huh. This is one of those things where it's like, I've seen the divine animation so many times that like I don't know if there was any pattern to those first two. Yo, Nico, how's it going? Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Also, it's 10:30, so hey, hydration reminder. Go drink your water. Stay hydrated. Stretch your legs. Go eat something if you haven't taken care of yourself today, please. Dang, I think those might just be regular, or can I do it? Hold on, can I see it through Chaos Manifestation? No, because it just says Chaos Order and Mutant. Oh, and you can't see the events in here either. Yes, so Chaos does, but the Chaos Archive only shows the last 4. Or wait, no. Hands wasn't in there. Wait, who was the 4th? Or we don't have, so we don't have Vito or Searson. Searson? C-I-R? C-I-N? Sirkin? But this is theater. Like, this one we know. I just don't know what these first 2 divines are. Oh, wait, no. Hold on. This one is hands, right? So this one I think is just the other one that was the wrong name. I think the first one's her, right? The second one. This one is just hands, I'm pretty sure, but that is not her name. I guess if anybody has these completely unlocked, let me know if the Searson name appears in here somewhere. But like, knowing some of the Korean to English translations, this is definitely very close to her name, right? So the only one we don't know is this one. Vitor. So what we're trying to do right now is match up any unique or God exclusive divines that might be relevant for farming. Meaning you would want to target certain chaoses over others. So like, this one is for Theater of Chaos. This one is for Swamp of Judgment and Burning Life. This one is for Laboratory 0 and City of Mists. This one is for Foretold Ruin because it is the robot guy. Like, Blue Pot is the only one that we're forgetting. And I know Blue Pot has a divine event. I just have not done Blue Pot in a billion years. Insect God? Oh, in, the insect event from Twins, Twin Stars, right? Wait, is that... Oh, that's probably Vitor then, right? So, Bugs is Vitor? That is the only place, right? Is... Yeah, Bugs only appear there, right? Not crazy. Cozy, welcome on in. Thanks for the follow. So, what is Blue Pot then? Blue Pot is just the generic hands one, I guess. Which is, Bro, I swear my vision's not going bad. Oh, I can't even zoom. I can't zoom in. There we go. Sorry, guys. Unk needs better glasses. Yeah, but the Blue Pot also has a copy or get a divine, right? Or am I thinking of the wrong event? Because I know the deer event lets you get his divine. Because that one I did recently. Okay, so yeah, that's a draw 1. Dialos. Okay, so Searson is going to be AP focused and ego skill. Which, like, I don't think you really care about either of these. Harmonization, you're gonna have enough AP anyways. And then the decreased ego skill, if it cares for a character like Tenebria, you're just gonna run gear bags instead of this divine. Like, you're never spending 20 points for this. Which means the divine options are also terrible. Which means we gotta move like all this down a bit. Let's do 40, I guess, because that's like a... Actually, am I at 100%? Okay. Okay, if this is 100% view, we can probably go down far. Let's do 45. So it'd be like, what, divines to target? I don't want to say target, because that's misleading, right? Like, not all divines are good, but the, like, some of the draw ones can be relevant if your team needs it. Oh, sorry, I don't know how loud that's, like, coming through, but, yeah, it's time for Guild War. We got our deer battles going on. Which, to be honest, I probably should just mute this because I don't know how the audio levels are on the stream side, and this is probably super annoying for other people. Sorry, I legitimately tuned it out already. Divine to consider for certain combatants if farming this chaos. That's definitely closer. Or wait, did we just say the blue pot one does not have the divine event? It's only copy? I was gonna say, if needed. I am at a loss. Or wait, I can just check. Hold on, I'm so stupid. I can just check. Ooh, just over. Because otherwise, I'm gonna forget to. I'm gonna forget to keep looping this. Oh no, it's the Watcher I'm thinking of, but that's not. Oh yeah, it's only copy. Shit. Well, now hold on. Am I thinking of the wrong? Hold on. Hold on. Where's Deer, man? No, Deer. Okay, so Deer does have his divine. Okay, not all. I mean, we already knew this. Not all chaos are ranked equally. So Blue Pot does have a divine still, though. Oh, random versus a select divine. Sure. Man, it really doesn't feel like it has that many. This is just a bummer because this means I also have to confirm that this one drops in blue pot. Like, this is Twin Stars, sure. This is the only symbol that we're not able to figure out. Man, let's just do a quick run, I guess. I'm over it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm over it. Tiering or anything shouldn't really matter, as long as we can get save data. Oh, brother! Oh, I forgot. Didn't the demo come out a few days ago, man? I've been wanting to play Fediel so bad. Oh, I didn't even get to show off. Bro, we were talking about all that Grand Blue Fantasy stuff, and I didn't show off one of my favorite skins in the game. I'm such a fake fan. Oh, does it show you the, there you go. One of my favorite skins in the game. I also have these on trading card game sleeves. And there's an homage to her, to a famous wood block painting here at the bottom. But yes, I am very excited that she is coming to Endless Ragnarok, man. I'm a little bummed out that for her weapon, they're just giving her the tiara. So, like, her horns will glow in Relink, but whatever. I think that's her only skin, if I remember correctly, too. Yeah. And then for those, again, for those that are, like, asking about sprites and stuff and how much it changes, that's, like, the actual sprite that you would see in-game. But, yeah, this was, again, like a $20... yeah, New Year's, so spend 20 bucks, you get a, get the skin, get a 10 pull ticket. All right, whatever. We gotta burn these delegations some point, man. Yeah, again, I think for Grand Blue Fantasy is really great if you just want to have one game and do nothing else. Because it will eat up your entire time. And, like, probably... I already did my Hexa solo raids today, but, like, one of the things that I need to do, and, like, I could definitely make it faster, but I just haven't had time to, like, theory craft a better team. But one of the things that I'm doing every single day now is that there is a 6-man raid boss that normally you would get one person of each element into a raid, and you all, like, play a role in clearing certain omens or challenges within the raid, and that's how you clear it. However, thanks to either just natural power creep or new characters that have come out that have unlocked new team combinations, you are now able to fully solo that 6-player raid. So what I've been doing for our crew, which is basically just our guild, I am hosting free raids so that I spend 25 minutes getting the boss down to 1% HP, and then I just open up the raid to everybody in our guild, and anybody who is online can jump in and get free materials for that raid. And those raids are very, very critical to getting into high level content that you normally could progress, again, fully free to play, go through your Magna Grids, all that stuff, but it's just a way to help people get over the burden of trying to feel like you're catching up to high level players and getting to be able to engage with that level of content. So Draconic is a lot of fun to farm, honestly, but again, that is, I clear that raid battle twice a day now, every single day, and that takes an hour of my day before I do anything else. So there is a lot of time investment, and that's just on, again, a daily raid. And I say an hour because I pay for the battle pass in Granblue Fantasy, which allows me 2 raid attempts per day. Because spoiler, extra raid attempts per day is just goated. All right, we do need a Persona attack card. Perfect. We're kind of just speed running to the second half here. Like, I would say not a lot really matters. I mean, I guess we do need to get our Persona card, right? I say nothing matters, but we literally need to get our engravings. Oh, sorry. Let me put this back in. If we're gonna do a full run. Okay. Well, re-rolling divines would be unfortunate, but again, at least we got the right base form to copy, so that's something. No, because we already have our item. The gauntlets do have a event in the second half, if I remember correctly. Wait, we don't need to reroll anything, right? We do need to remove Joker, and everything else is fine. How broken would it be if Persona cards were allowed to get divines? About the same value, I guess, as like the other ones, because like, okay, if you have the attack cards that you're running on all your controllers, like, yes, you could save an AP, but you're likely getting that AP back somewhere in the kit, and you don't care about the damage boost potential. So I don't know that we have any divines that like super care about discarding stuff, but like the Persona cards that discard might get a little bit better value. The skill-based ones could get like an extra, they could pay for themselves if they're like the draw 1. That's probably the best thing that you're doing, I would imagine. Agony Tressa would get better, so I would, you know, yay on that, but I don't think it would add too much to the Personas where I'd be like, oh my god, they're like the most insane thing in the world now. If that makes sense. I don't think the devs are like actively hating on her, but like, man, you gotta feel bad for people who like really love Tressa and just like Agony is. Again, I don't know what they do to fix that in a meaningful way that isn't just like completely unlocking Tressa again, but we will wait and see for future developments. And again, just taking the extra money here while we can for re-rolls on cards. You can always get equipment later. No, he still didn't get, that is fine. Do want to fish for some Lux engravings if we can, which we are not going to get. I mean, Tenebria is the real one to give me agony, man. Like, putting together that multi-hit Theorycraft build and then instantly realizing how impossible it's going to be to farm that, like, it's a bummer. Which is why I'm half like, if I can get it here, like on a random Cassius run when I'm trying to do other stuff, then like, sure, maybe I try to finish it, but I don't see us being in a spot where we actually get these cards randomly done without having to burn a bunch of resources. Again, wrong dice trick, unfortunately, so we have to re-roll that one. Would have been nice to have a re-roll target earlier, but couldn't get lucky with it. I will say though, Tenebria is definitely the first character that has made me like openly feel bad about farming decks and being like, okay, maybe it does really take too long to perfectly min-max decks, because once you realize what's possible with Tenebria, you go into a pit realizing of how much it would take to unlock her full potential. And that's just kind of a bad spot to be in. And I try to really hint at that in my video. Like, I think a lot of people will just look at her as a sortie bot and be okay with that, but I feel like we're really cutting the character short otherwise if we just like only have that as a reference point. Man, we could grab a moon, but that's such a waste of points here. And not finding our, Oh, you know what? We can't even farm this build in Blue Pot because we won't be able to find, Explosion of Emotion or Faceless Soulman. I totally forgot about that. We can only farm the Cassius deck in Theater. Sure, I'll duplicate it anyways, but I just realized that this is a worthless attempt, so to say. And none of those are good. All right, actually, I'm going to take that advice for water, so I'm going to grab myself something really quickly, and I just need to grab a little bit of a carbonated beverage. So, hey, if you've been here for a while, go drink your water, take care of yourself, take your meds if you haven't already, or just grab a snack. Gonna grab some water, fill up my drink, and we will be right back and seeing if we can get the divine or copy event in this run. Hang tight. All right, and a little snacky. Also, I guess that reminds me too of like what it goes back to. I guess the other thing I want to stress too, like going back to to Jester's point earlier, right, talk about the stream of just end of season fatigue, I think is definitely a very real thing. But part of the other reason that like bothers me is that just the gacha space overall, right, rewards you so heavily for just putting out a video fast, even if it's not like the most correct. Like if you're like 75% correct in your video, but you're first, that is always going to be the best thing that gets rewarded on YouTube. So it's like when we have a character like Tenebria that takes such a significant amount of time to properly test and do these builds with, and knowing that if I want to do a good showcase video with her of like the multiple builds, all those are going to take significant time to farm. And by that time, either the season is over or people just aren't looking for videos. So like the most obvious example of this is that the Mei Lin combo video that I did, which again, thank you to all the people who voted that to be the first video and is doing well. There's something like 18,000 views. What is it actually at? 17,000, where like the super in-depth guide that I spent like 6 hours working on in like dozens of hours of testing, it's at like actually it does look like it got a little bit more of a boost, but it's at 4K now. Like that video just will not do well because it's so late in the season. So part of me really wants to work on that multi-hit build because I do think it could be a really cool showcase of the best part of Tenebria because of what she allows in deck building. But the video is going to fail just because it'll be so far beyond when her banner is, and everyone's going to be like, okay, well, tell me about Faye now. So definitely a bit of a bummer otherwise. That is just how the gacha space is, but I think it's especially difficult for a game like CZN because there's more stuff that you want to test, and we have so many different ways to build characters that you're just not able to do it all. Or to be fair, in the case of Season 3, we had so many bugged cards at the start of the season that I was doing bug reports on that also just made it incredibly difficult to do builds, right? Because if oh, I was like choke on a chip. This is why I can't talk and eat at the same time. God damn. Oh, well, you know when like a chip gets stuck in the back of your throat and just slowly slides down? Anyways, I totally forgot where I was going with that now because I just almost died. Anywho. So the issue is because I know the impact that it can have, because I ran a TCG related YouTube channel for 11 years and did not care about the algorithm and did not care about overall like performance and stuff. And so Sue will talk about this as well because Sue only does the 2 games, but there will be times where YouTube just will not show your video, right? If you get to a point where you have too many fails in the eyes of YouTube, in so many words, you're better off deleting your channel and starting a new one. Which, again, if I were to be straightly honest, like, if I would have kept my, and I did try this for a little while to do regular gaming on my normal channel, but like, if I tried to turn my TCG channel into anything that wasn't TCGs at this point, there is no chance that it would do well. So I'm stuck in this awkward middle ground of wanting to do things that is going to get promoted by YouTube while also still doing things that I want to do. So I'm trying to figure out how gracious the algorithm is going to be for me if I were to do like I am super tempted to put a couple relinks videos on this channel just to see what would happen. Because again, I think that there is still enough of, you know, wins in the eyes of YouTube, as it were, that I should be able to try and get promoted and reach a different audience. But if I were to try to do, you know, too many of the relink videos and those are all failures, you guys, even if you're subscribed and have the bell on and all that, you know, YouTuber bullshit, YouTube will just literally not show you my videos. I talked about this on the side with like Vulcan quite a lot. So like, I know a lot more about that whole bullshit side of it. It's also why Vulcan has 6 channels, I think. I forget how many channels he has now, so it's like, it's awful. Yeah, exactly. So I think I'm already... I was making a joke with this with some other people too. It's like, damn, bro, I kind of want to start a 3rd channel just so I can have like a generic gaming channel for things like Relink. But unfortunately, I think I am kind of screwed, which is actually funny at the timing of this because Mtash, which again, by the way, I have no strong feelings about the guy. I don't really know much of him otherwise, other than I've been seeing a lot of his tweets lately as they relate to gacha, as like I'm bleeding into the gacha channel. He tried to take his channel into Marathon, into other things, and just like failed horribly. But the second that he uploaded a Genshin video, which again, he did build his base off of, it immediately got like 15x the views. And like, again, he is a full-time content creator. He does have to care about that a lot more. But unfortunately, YouTube, after a certain point, will hard shove you into a certain category and will punish you actively if you step outside that box. So I'm kind of, and again, I'm sure a lot of this is stuff that you guys don't care about behind the scenes, but I think it is, I want to walk a fine line because I think it is kind of over dramatized by a lot of people. Like, they think the only reason why their videos aren't successful or whatnot is because, oh, I'm going to blame the algorithm. But it's the same people who are like releasing a video 3 weeks after a character's banner and it does poorly, right? Like, that just does not work in the gacha space. I learned that very early on. And so I'm not going to do a video during like late week 2, week 3 for CZN because it's just going to fail. Oh, I didn't even know that the I didn't even know about the whole Asmon thing because I don't follow that side of it. Oh, sick. If he has, that's actually because the way he was tweeting about it, I guess. But I think you're right. It's probably more of the he wants to hit 1 million and then he would create a new channel. Because like, if he's been doing it long enough, the dude has to be smart enough to know that he would benefit by starting a new channel. But if he just wants to hit 1 million, then I could see that being a main motivator for hanging on. Thanks for stopping by. Shout out to Indonesia. Hope you're doing well. Hope you have a wonderful day. I know it's probably or I guess afternoon, I think. Happy afternoon. Hopefully you're having a good day so far. This run probably does not matter at all. We might as well just grab it, I guess, just to grab it. Oh, we have way too many things to re-roll if we even want to try to keep this man. Damn. Okay, no, I keep forgetting. We're not keeping this run. This run does not matter. We just want to get the event if we get the event. Yeah, I know he's like really excited for the Digimon game, but I know he's in a spot where like he just really wants to have a good game that he can grind, but again, there just really has not been anything in the gacha space that is worth grinding in the way that he wants to. Which, again, hey man, when Ragnarok 3 comes out as well, I might, maybe we start a new channel, but... Oh wait, no, okay, so this one does say Divine... What event was this? Hold on. Altar of Discord. Hold on. Okay, so it doesn't say... I mean, I guess we'll just see whatever divine we get. Like, it doesn't matter what card it goes on. Yeah, no, see, so this is... Okay, so this one is generic divine. So I think we have to see the Watcher of the Forbidden, I guess. It's 10 a.m. Damn, I thought I knew the time zone difference. My bad. Do not let Twitter call you Mash 2, no matter what. I would not even have enough context to know if I should be offended by that or not, if I'm being perfectly honest. Okay, so this one should also be a neutral or a random divine, right? Okay, yep, random again. Oh, Grand Blue just tweeted. No, not another Scamcha. Are you kidding me, man? So it's gonna be Christmas and formal Scamchas together. Damn. Honestly, I have not done full-scale offensive because I'm just not motivated by it, admittedly. I guess remind me to go look at it. So the problem I have with full-scale offensive is that they are always built in such a way where it's like, oh god, excuse me. You have to build these 3 characters, right? To get the extra points if you want to 3-star everything. So like, would it be helpful for players if I were to just like theory craft a deck, even if it's untested, and say like, hey, just go build this? Because like, I don't know that I have 9 builds put together for full-scale offensive right now off the top of my head. But I feel like I could pretty easily theory craft some decks that would get you there, if not really close. All right, we did not get the rare version of this, so I think we're cooked. Damn, dude, remember Gloomy Prime? Those were times. Oh, right, and we already said that this was just a... Okay, so I think Blue Pot just doesn't have one then, man. I think it is just a generic across the board. Let's just cancel this and skip. I really wish I could see if... So again, for those that missed it or don't know, what I'm trying to find out is if This event, oh, it doesn't show the icon. Watcher of the Forbidden, if this has any special divine attached to it, because all the other divine events that we've seen so far are just the generic pool of divines. But I think Blue Pot just might be the generic whatever one. Yeah, let me go look at, I honestly have not looked at Full Scale Offensive at all, so I have no idea what the modes are. Bro, I see Golden Mane and I just do not care. Oh, because of the 5 fortitude. I'm like, you could use Haru. So the whole thing about Full Scale Offensive is that you have to look for whatever the stupid first text is. And if you cannot get this text, you can never get 900k points. So this right here tells me you have to use Haru or Rita. But now I also see down here, this is for Rita's like fate imprint, fate seal, fate, I forget what it's called. Whatever her higher cost card is, right, you get the fortitude. So if you don't have Rita to get the free armor, you have to buff the shit out of Haru somehow to stay alive. But yeah, whenever they first introduced Full Scale Offensive, and I learned that you have to do whatever the first line gimmick is, or you could never get 900k points, I said, I'm not bothering with this. And again, if you want all the rewards, you only need to go up to 6 stars, right? Because you just, 99% of the time, people only care about the crystals, right? So the good news is you only need to go up to 6 stars. That should be doable for a lot of characters. But for me, as someone who doesn't really care about the crystal side, all I care about is these. I'm not really motivated to try to butt my head against the wall to make this work and get these 3. Oh shit, with the Magna reworks, you're right, bro. You could actually use Magna's DPS build for this. I forgot about that. Okay. All right, you're warming me up a little bit. Magna is also a sleeper option. That's pretty fucking sick, actually. In my mind, the damage dealing Magna does not exist because that was this season, right? When did that get added? I forget when that got added. I want to say that was season 3 rebalance. Anyways, damage dealing Magna did not exist until recently. But do I have a deck? I don't think I do. Or can you I forget, can you use any decks for these? I forget if these are open or... Girl, where are you? Nope, that's the exhaust one. That is the exhaust one. That is the exhaust one. Kind of? Not a good enough one. Oh, no, this isn't even the upgrade, bro. Never mind. That's so cooked. Actually, let me go wash my hands really quick before I touch my keyboard like a gross-ass person. All right, so right, Magna with the whole thing is that with Frozen, not Frozen Fist, with Glacial Iron, oh my god, please. With Glacial Iron Fist, for those that don't know, well, one, it got buffed, right? One, it got buffed. Two, they did remove exhaust from one of them, if I remember correctly. And I honestly forget what the other change was. So, we do know that it is a single target boss fight. No, we want damage-based shield. No, so we want to use this one. Ideally, we want to get increased damage just to get a little bit more shielding, because hopefully we can get 2 AP. Do we want, or could we use... Like, reduced cost also works, right? Ice Wall. Like, these we're just taking the passives of because we want to just thin out the deck as much as we can. Ice Fragment. Just extra counterattack, I guess. I guess that gets you to like 120. And then, yeah, so I would need to figure out, there's no turn limit or anything, right? It's just, oh, within 10 turns. Okay, so there is a 10 turn limit. Okay, yep, so right, so she becomes just a 4-card deck if you want to, like, max it out, but that is a lot of AP you would need. Yeah, I mean, at this point, you basically just have to run Adelheid, right, because you're going to want her to retain ability. Honestly, you probably cut Friends from Fairy Tales because you don't really need her for the extra sustain. You just want her for the passive plus the, like, deck filtering. Truth Behind a Story also loses a bit of value when you don't have multi-hit. Obviously, it's still a damage increase, so there's probably a world where you keep it. Use this just like for your very generic 8, you know, gain some AP, gain some value. I'm gonna be very selfish and live the dream for a second and just assume that we get to have everything and have the right divine. I guess Veracity is not really important. Oh, because it's an attack card, not the upgrade version. I'm like, there's no draw in itself. Yeah, I'm sure. So I'm sure Vulture Ejection would work as well. Again, the main challenge here is that the way full-scale offensive is balanced is that you have to do whatever the main gimmick is. And so what I mean by that, what is on my? Sorry, I just hit something. What I mean by that is that for all these bosses, whatever their top, hold on, let me make this bigger. Whatever their top line of text here is, you basically have to be, you're forced into playing with whatever this is. So, in our current roster, this would be, oh god, you could actually build a, Whirlpool Mika. I'm not going to theory craft that one, but technically Sure, brother. There's no way you do enough damage, though. You could do a Whirlpool Mika, but realistically, you're either using Rita, Haru, or Magna as your damage dealers to get the extra points. For Suppressed Servant, this is the... oh, this is the guy that creates, like, the 3 little ads, right? Is that the guy that I'm thinking of? This is just Yuki go to town. Yuki works, 9 works. Hugo probably works. Oh, free inspiration. That's sick. Oh, I just realized increased damage amount of all attack cards by 50, bro. Shout out to Yuki. Oh, shit. Yeah, there you go. Full Metal Hurricane Yuki would work. This is where I need to, like, have a roster pulled up in the background. It's hard to think off the top of my head for all of these. Who else? I think that's what we had, right? Anyways, 9 or Yuki, I feel like a lot of people, if you've been playing for a while, have one of them. Pointsman cards discarded. Amount of link cards. Passion and Void. Okay, well, you still have to... When discarded by an ability, so just Nia, right? In Passion weakness, even though Void is boosted. Okay, this one, it seems super flexible. Hadi Marie, Diana, Nia. Well, I mean, discarded through an ability could be whatever, right? That's just Adagio. That's just whoever you want to bring then for a passion damage dealer. Doesn't even matter. That's just bring Nia, dude, and you're good. Get like ego skill early, and then you have 10 turns. Adagio is filtering. What? Adagio could filter 6 cards a turn, which is giving you 60 cards in a 10-turn basis, plus 1 ego skill activation is probably a 15 cards worth, depending on how optimized and lean your deck is. Yeah, like this is just super easy for Nia. Like, who cares? Oh yeah, actually, there's no there's no punishment for Dream World, right? Oh, it literally has a free... Okay, yeah, there's just a free discard enabler for Dream World too. Sure, man. Whatever. Yeah, these feel very, very fine. I guess, like... Well, I mean, Amir's a 4-star, right? I feel like that's approachable, but this one doesn't really have... like a more free-to-play friendly option, right? This really does say you have to have Haru, Rita. That's it, right? I didn't forget anyone else. Magna. Jesus Christ. I keep forgetting Magna, bro. No. So sorry. I was talking about the first one. I literally just went on a rant about how Magna would be good, and then I forget her at the end. Well, the thing is, if you use 9 for oops, sorry. You're probably using 9 here, right? Like, again, sure, if you have Yuki, I get it, but like, I'm just trying to think of like, for someone who is more spread out, what would I recommend? So like 9, you want to lock in here. Nia, you want to lock in here as a support, and then the rest can be filled out. Man, this is kind of fun. Maybe, how do I make a video out of this? How would I make a video out of this that would be... Why do I have 2,000 points in Wailing... I just realized I have 2,000 points here. What the hell happened? I have no idea. Anyways, does it like not keep track of? I guess not. Okay. Well, so I guess the question I would ask, is Amir good enough to get triple star on... I mean, why am I asking? I probably have a Full Metal Hurricane build, right? Why don't I just shut up and play the game? Oh, I don't have armor fragments. Never mind. Can you share memory fragments in this mode? Or can I share memory fragments and partners in this mode, or is it... Okay, I lied. I don't have a Full Metal Hurricane. Damn it. Sue and I were just talking about a Full Metal Hurricane build a while ago. Dang. Well, hey guys, if you are looking for a handy dandy guide on where to find a bunch of builds in case you're struggling with full-scale offensive, check out the Google Doc. Anyways, that's about as good of a plug I can give. Yeah, I think how I would want to do this though is like why not just make 3 separate videos for each? Man, I feel like I would want to just put everything in one. I guess, do I, this is the first time these guys have come back, right? So the question I have they changed any of, I don't think they've changed any of these mechanics, right? Like, all of these are still the Great Rift version of like what they did. They just kind of like leaned into it for the point system. The reason why I ask is like, if I were to make a Goldmane full-scale offensive video, right, would that be relevant a year from now? Now, obviously, I'm being a little bit, I'm exaggerating a little bit, right? Because of, obviously, things will change, but like, will it always be a 2-cost or higher cards get boosted? I want to assume that it would. But I think we haven't reran any full-scale offensive character yet. I don't know. I think I just I think if you're going to do a video on this, you just slap whatever the current season is, like you know, season part 1 full-scale offensive, and you just slap a team together that clears triple stars. But for how I would approach this, I would limit myself to 1 5-star on each team. But man, do I have enough, like, who, can I filter by rarity? No? Okay, and some of these are like level 61 now. That makes this a little bit awkward. So like, would I have enough characters? So we have Nia Ray, Cassius, Mika, that's 4. Oh god, I'd have to use Owen on one of the teams? And then like potentially Barrel as a draw. Sort by grade? Oh, sick, thank you. Okay, yeah, dude, we really need more 4 stars. Well, it has to be 9 unique characters, right? So like I can't, like, Nia and Mika are two core staples you would have to split no matter what. Like, these have to go on different teams. They are AP batteries and filtering. In so many words, Cassius and Owen and Ray are all like damage amp characters. So they could fill another slot, but like, we don't have a third AP battery. So like your third team is kind of screwed. Does Beryl not have, can we not like cheese something with Beryl? Hold on. I have not built Beryl for like ever. Can I not cheese? Do you not have like a normal? Haha, never mind. Shout out Beryl, baby. We're so good. We're so good at this game. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, guilty pleasure. Easy win. Easy dub. God, what the hell does this build look like? So we removed 3, right? Hell yeah, there you go, guys. There's your barrel support build. We did it. Draw AP. Everything is fine. Okay, yeah, so we could this is actually possible. That's kind of funny. You could clear 9-star full-scale offensive with 1 5-star in each team and a lot of supports. I don't think you could do it fully off 4 stars though, because like, how the hell do you do Golden Mane? And or wait, no, you could do Tressa Loop. Hold on. You could do. This would have to be a mirror. This would have to be Tressa. Who the hell is this? Oh no, and this one is Nia, so you put Owen on this team and say, whatever, man. Yeah, this would be your Owen Nia team. Okay, yeah, I see a vision here. You could definitely do this. Unfortunately, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you'd have to use all but 2 4 stars. Oh God. Man, what would that even be? You know what? I should have put a, maybe that's one more thing that we add. How long is full scale offensive? Full scale offensive is per patch, right? I'm not crazy. 13 days. Okay, yeah. We might add a tab for full scale offensive. I'm just like adding too much shit to this without actually finishing the current works in progress, bro. Oh man. I really got to finish this slide because this tab, it's killing me. Yeah, maybe we add one for full scale offensive. Maribel, Beryl, Mika, Amir, Lucas, Cassius, Tressa, Ray, Nia. Okay, not what I would have expected for the third one. Oh, I forgot. Dream World. Yeah. I'm overcomplicating this. If we could just do a Dream World save, then that's fine too. Because, like, you could do Owen, right? And just get along that way and be totally fine. But I want to... So I voiced this concern before, and I really don't mean to beat a dead horse, but, like, I truly hate Dream World decks only because they completely strip the character of any possible identity that they have. Like, it's the meme where, like, you scratch off the person's face and you can't tell who it is, and it's just like, oh yeah, there they go again. They're just holding up Dreamworld as they're going by, right? Like, it doesn't help you learn anything about the character if you just put Dreamworld on them. So, like, it's putting a band-aid fix on whoever those characters are without actually learning their kits and where they can benefit in future full-scale offensive, future great rifts, whatever, right? Like, so you just unfortunately miss out otherwise. Yeah, you can definitely make the case for draw divines, but like, if we are limiting ourselves to a you have to find yourself in a all 4-star clear, that is scraping the bottom of the barrel and trying to get creative, because I don't know how you get enough AP otherwise. Because, like, opening fire barrel doesn't do anything in these, right? I don't see a world where a barrel isn't just a draw support. Which, to be fair, that is one of her builds, upgrade heavy draw support. Like, that is legitimately one of her core builds, to be fair. But, you know, in the example that I had given, right, this is definitely getting a bit too reductive, right, in terms of her overall kit. Especially when this could easily just, well, all right. It could easily just be one of the retain cards, right? Because that's not eating up your hand size and you're still getting damage that way. I was kind of just trying to shortcut it as much as possible to be like, hey, this is how barrel can give you the draw and the AP cycling. Oh, that, hold on. Let me open Chrome. That's actually really good. Congrats on 86, man. That's really good. Also, again, I absolutely love that the first half can just be whatever the hell you want it to be, man. By far my favorite part of this. All right, before I forget, because I am definitely gonna forget, season 4 at FSO tab, question mark. Because again, we're pretty late in the season at this point. I'm not gonna care about these or go back and do them. But I think there's definitely some benefit to, there's no ranking benefit, right? There's just a flex. Okay. Yeah, there's some benefit to like having this as a video. So I think I might start adding this to the series if it's going to be per patch, which also means I need to start working on more fringe build saves. Yeah, I guess that's need to work on fringe build saves tech to easily swap in for each GR boss, or Great Rift boss. Oh, it's every 2 patches. Okay, well that makes it a little bit easier, I guess. I just haven't really sat down and gone through all of my saves to be like, for example, I really need to still redo Adagio Nia, because the version that I have was before the save changes and it's just otherwise really gross. So I need to like honestly go character by character, deleting a bunch of saves and like really planning out which ones that I need to go back and fill. Because again, right, if we take the example of, you know, all these various save builds that we have in here, these are definitely more of like, hey, if I go farm all of this out, in the future, it will get to a point where you can just grab whatever you want for these characters, slap them into a team for full-scale offensive, get like the easiest 9-star in the world and be done with it, as long as you know what each one of these builds are. So I definitely think that's like I think this is more of a future focus of things that I need to do and kind of plan out, but not something that I've sat down and kind of took inventory of where my characters are at, because again, a lot of them I just have not used, or I've been spending time in sortie because I want to get everybody to 61. And you know, even again, like looking at these lower level characters, like not even everyone's 60 yet, man. Like I still got to work on that at some point. So and I guess Amir is a good example here of like she needs to get to 60 as well. So while I'm thinking about it, guess she's the closest. But like the XP, man, is just so rough. And that's someone who buys the battle pass every single season as well, and I still have quite a few characters to go. Plus Luke, who is you know, still in our synchronization. Oh, that just reminded me that I was talking about this earlier, but I totally forgot that, by the way, if you haven't played Nikke in a moment, make sure that you download and re-update Nikke, because they're just giving out a shit ton of free rewards to everybody for some raid mode, you know, issues that they've had. So hey, 20 free draws just for logging in. And I guess while I'm at it, because I can easily pull this up with my Elgato Digital as soon as I like load in. Man, I didn't want to say anything. I've really been wanting to try Celisora again. I know that that game has got shit on left and right and just got such a bad rep ban, but like, I keep going back to the fact that it had like a really cool roguelike experience, and I legitimately want to see how they improved on the early versions of that game. It does really feel like that is a game where if they can fix their like economy issue and make it easier to return to, I probably would love it. I legitimately probably would have a lot of fun with that game. All right, and I gotta do my proof I'm not LARPing tax really quick. There you go. There is my Nikke account. That is definitely more seasonal, as it were. Yes, I did pay money for Cinderella because she is one of my favorite characters in the game. And there you go. There is all the free rewards that they currently have been shipping out. So again, 20 free pulls and also all of the cube batteries. So, and a bunch of other goodies for logging in. So, quick shout out to Nikke. My friend's been playing. The thing that it still killed me is that all of, like the red dot notifications on the side is just insane otherwise to deal with. But yeah, Crown was the banner that I started Nikke with. I played for a bit. I'm only like 176 or something, which I recognize is not that high. Yeah, there you go. There's my ID and all that stuff. Does it say here? Whatever. There you go. People who will play will know what all this is, you know, off the rip. But honestly, again, the game was a lot better than I expected. It's just something that I haven't had a chance to go back to, because traditionally I really don't like AFK style of games, and Nikke unfortunately falls into that category where you eventually hit a wall and it's like, okay, man, I gotta take every little bit of you know, every little bit of resources to rank up, and it takes like X amount of time and all that stuff. So, and again, have not really spent money on this. I have not done the beginner banners and like those free stuff that you can get. I have a free 10 pull, so why not? Nope. Anywho, that's enough of that. You get the idea. Cinderella getting a free maid outfit? Tell me more. Come and join, play Brown Dust? Absolutely not, brother. That is where I draw the line. Nikke is already pretty, like, you know, pretty on the line for me. But the thing about Nikke, and again, the big hope that I have for, let me close that. The big hope that I have for Moresi is that they do have a lot of Nikke devs on the game. So again, fingers crossed, if it's okay, I could see myself playing Moresi and doing content on it and all that stuff. But again, like Star Savior, if that flip gets switched where they're like all in Gunnar 24/7, Gunnar every skin, you know, basically just porn for every character that comes out, brother, I can't. Like, I'm sorry, the bridal outfit breaking down, like doing the you know, mechanic and just lingerie, like, no, I just can't do it, man. Can't do it. It was way too much. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, cool, I'm never playing this game again. And I legitimately have not played Star Savior since, like, I logged in for that one thing and just like, nope, we're out, we're done. Too much, man, too much. Yeah, so I think that's good for... Why is that not getting off my OBS? Okay, there we go. Yeah, so I think there's definitely a point here for, like, it's definitely, it's a little bit more generous than maybe I was giving credit for Full Scale Offensive in, like, my first impressions of it. Obviously, it's still kind of, you know, tailored towards very specific characters, but maybe in preseason what we'll do is a bit of pre-farming. Or no, preseason's relink. What am I talking about? Hold on. Faye Banner is a 7th. Yeah, JK, never mind. We're not doing shit in preseason because we're going to be playing relink. I'm a big fat dummy head liar. My bad. Anyways, season 4, we'll try to get back to, we'll probably try to have a more complete, like, guide on just, like, what characters I would recommend. How would I build them? I'd probably just do it all in one video, man. I'm not going to sit here and try to milk YouTube for, like, one video of each. I'm trying to think of how I would... frame the video. I think you just do, like, a... You know, I think it's, like, a 2-minute segment on team... on each team, why it works, how it works, and like a 5-minute segment of speeding up the gameplay, talking about a couple of turns, talking about whatever the mechanic is, and then just going into the next team, right? Like, I think it'd be more beneficial to just have like a super snapshot of each boss instead of trying to do like a super narrated 15-minute video for each boss, because a lot of the times in the Great Rift, like, they have a mechanic that you do it the first 3 turns, and then, like, you get what the mechanic is, right? Like, once you understand what they do, you don't need to see 6 more turns of the same damn thing. So, I think that's how I would, break it out. Star Savior kind of did nothing with her initial hype. Yeah, that is very true, unfortunately. I will stream Relink on Twitch, but I will not stream it on YouTube because of the whole... It's not a gacha game, that's going to hurt the algorithm sort of stuff, and I don't want my CZN videos to randomly get thrown in jail, but I will absolutely stream it on Twitch. I'm very tempted to do a single Relink video just to see how it would do, but I'm not sure yet. We will see. Again, something to keep in mind is that whole week is going to suck for me, guys. For those that don't know, like, we are flying back 5:30 a.m. Monday from Anime Expo. And because I'm on the East Coast, I lose my entire day. And then Tuesday is Faye's Banner, so I basically have to... I fly home super early. I have to go into work on that Tuesday. I then have to immediately sleep right after work, wake up for the midnight stream that I'll do for Faye, try to get her stuff done in literally a day because the 9th is Relink, and then probably stream Relink on the 9th and the 10th. Like, that whole week, bro, is just super scuffed. Like, I am not, like, obviously, I am excited because I am legitimately looking forward to Faye. I am legitimately looking forward to Relink. But I am getting damn near close to 40, guys, and that is a lot to do when you are 40, to do all that, right? So we are gonna try our best, but yeah, we'll see how that week holds up. Maybe I need the extra day for Faye and we stream Relink on the 10th instead of the 9th, because the 9th is Thursday, which is kind of awkward for a game release. So it might be more of like a Friday, or it will be like a all-day Saturday stream, just depending on how much there is to do in preseason. But if preseason is just Faye and there's no like preview and all that stuff, I who cares, right? No, I will be streaming Faye when she's on the English patch on July 7th, when her banner drops for us. Sorry, I have to keep looking at my calendar because that whole week is so scuffed. Yeah, hey guys, I am but a humble salary man who has to work a 9 to 5 and has an over 1 hour commute one way. I am doing my best that I can, but Tuesdays and Thursdays just suck. Because again, like, it's almost midnight, right? Yeah, it's basically almost midnight. As much as I would like to believe that I could immediately end the stream and go to sleep, that's not happening. I stay up till about 2 a.m. because it takes me that long to unwind. And then even when I'm not going into the office, I am waking up between 6 to 7 a.m. instead of 5 to 6 a.m. when I go into the office on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So it's rough, to say the least. Again, the whole return to work thing has just absolutely screwed up my work schedule of like the whole work-life balance and trying to do content and stuff. So I have not been able to be as consistent as I personally would like with it. But again, that's just me being transparent. That's just, you know, where I'm at in my life, and I will continue to do the best job that I can to work on stuff like guides or work on stuff like videos, or work on stuff like the new player guide. I closed it out of the tab already. But it's just kind of the reality of where things are at. But yeah, so again, as a reminder, Anime Expo is going to be July 1st through that entire weekend. So I'll be doing a bunch of like live tweeting. I am taking Bree's laptop, so we will be uploading probably only one video if I'm being super realistic. But if people ask for a lot of extra content from the floor of Anime Expo, I will. But the only content that I personally have planned for Anime Expo is covering the Marese demo. So I will have a technically not a first look, but I will have, you know, I will have a feedback or first look, first impressions. That's the word I was looking for. I will have a first impressions on a hands-on demo at Anime Expo. So that is one of the videos that I will be doing while I'm out of town. But other than that, I don't really plan to do a lot of Anime Expo content. I'm going to meet up with Sue. I'm going to hopefully meet up with some other people in the CZN community if there are going to be other people who are there. But like, I don't know of a lot of other games that will have a playable demo or otherwise first look at Anime Expo from what I've seen so far. So I'm going to have my camera. I'm going to have like recording stuff. So if I do see something else that interests me, I will put a video on the channel. But I don't normally do vlogs, and I don't have like a lot of experience doing vlogs or anything like that. So I don't plan on doing anything like that. I might have like a short recap and like thoughts on gachas in 2026 coming out of Anime Expo, or like maybe I'll do like here's my top 5 gachas from Anime Expo, right? Maybe something more like that, that's like way more generic and just like really high level first impressions. But definitely don't expect like here's every demo of every game that's at Anime Expo. Definitely nothing that in depth. Am I gonna try videos for builds in Relink? So that's what I was thinking. If I'm going to do something that is like true to me and true to my channel, I would want to do a like Cagliostro endgame build guide, right? Like that's more of my speed of what I would do. Now I mentioned I imagine a lot of people are going to use things like Fediel or just like the waifu characters, and obviously Fediel is one of the characters that I will personally be playing. So I will probably do a one-off, maybe 2 videos for Relink. Now, if they do well, for whatever reason, I probably will do more build guides, but I'm going to be so honest with you all right now. I expect both Relink videos to do terrible because the YouTube algorithm will not push them out in the same way as a gacha video. Because, right, as you upload every video, you have to tag it. So I fully expect that it's going to fail, but it's going to be a really cool experiment for myself to see how YouTube is like treating this channel, where again, my previous channel was established for 12 years. Or actually, when did Borderlands come out? I tried to do non-TCG content, I think like 7 years into the life of the channel, or like 8 years into the life of the channel, and absolutely did not work. It failed completely. Is there any Azure at Anime Expo? I don't think so. Azure's new game, though? Not Azure Lane. No, Azure Promilia, it's their new game that's coming out. I don't think so. I'm going to keep that as a note to look up, but... yeah, so Bree has been actually, because again, I've been so busy. Bree's been doing a lot of like the scouting for Anime Expo. Other than what I've been following on Twitter, I've been trying to follow more accounts and whatnot. Because again, I just don't have time or don't think about it. But I plan to look more into Anime Expo when I'm literally at the airport just waiting for stuff, or if I'm on the flight, I won't have anything else to do. So I'm gonna look at more stuff then. Because we have all Thursday to do whatever we want. Friday is going to be all the CZN related content. And then I don't know what our Saturday or Sunday is going to look like. So, or sorry, Thursday is going to be for buying stuff because there's a lot of independent artists that Bree wants to check out. And usually as things go for any of these major conventions, if you're trying to buy swag, you want to do it on the first day, because otherwise you're gonna miss out on like the super limited stuff. So you always buy shit on Thursday and Sunday. Those are like the purchasing days for convention. So Friday will be more like CZN, trying different demos, checking out what's on the floor. Saturday is completely open. And then Sunday will probably be like final wrap up, you know, buying whatever else we missed out on and what have you. But yeah, like we might create a new channel for Relink. We might, again, for me, it's kind of really trying to figure out where we're going with this channel and content in general. Because again, if I decide that like I just don't want to do gacha content at like a higher level and be like what Vulcan is doing, and if I just stick to CZN, again, I want to be very clear, it means I would only cover CZN on this channel. That gives me a lot of time back, right? I'm not spending extra time looking for games or like putting guides together for other random stuff, where like I could just go back to my TCG channel as like the extra time that I would have, you know, spend more time playing trading card games, whatever, right? But I legitimately do really enjoy so far just like checking out new games, learning how people are like treating the space, and especially again giving another shout out to Nexus Anima. I really am looking forward to the auto chess game, assuming it doesn't suck, but obviously that is a very tall order to fill for MiHoYo, given their track record for how their games have gone. So we will wait and see. Again, I will try it out no matter what, because I want to form my own opinion, and I'm not going to just fall prey to whatever Twitter propaganda, you know, otherwise is going out there. I will do my own independent research, but I totally recognize up front that there's a lot of areas where that game could go wrong, and I'm not going to, well, hold my breath over it. But that said, it is getting very close to midnight. I have been up for, what, 19 hours at this point, or whatever it's been. I'm going to end things here. Unfortunately, we did not work as much on the new player guide as I would have liked to. So tomorrow, you know, foot to the fire, we are going to work on the new player guide. I want to finish, I really want to finish the chaos portion of that guide We might do a little bit of full-scale offensive just to maybe add that as a tab in the guide, or just do some theory crafting, stuff like that. And then otherwise, we got to get into sortie later this week because we still have to burn that. So that might be more of like a Friday thing. But again, for those of us that are playing Grand Blue Fantasy, Guild War is going on right now. So I do need to carve out some extra time for this free-to-play event, or free-to-play friendly event, again, because I want to try to get to top 100K for the max rewards. So as much as I say I would like to go relax a little bit, I do need to go figure out what my ranking is and, you know, try to plan for some more Guild War action in the days to come, because today is round 1 and there's 4 rounds in total. So there are still 3 more days of Guild War, which will carry us through the rest of the week. So otherwise, that is going to do it for today. Thank you as always, everybody, for joining us here for more Chaos Zero Nightmare content. As always, hey, take care of yourself. Go drink some water. Stay hydrated, my friends. Otherwise, we'll be back here tomorrow with more CZN. So until next time, stay safe, stay hydrated, and we will see you in the next one. Cheers.